like, hey guys, welcome. I think Waluigi and Porky should be in Smash Brothers as deals. I'm sorry, that was awful.
So we should be live now, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I just got the notification that we're live.
Oh, all right. Well, that works.
I really hope that didn't appear on camera. Oh no, it is the first thing that starts playing. All right. Okay, Joe. I can see your screen. I recommend you click the pop-out button on the bottom right. Just make sure that's working, because I don't think you want your DM showing.
Trust me, you won't see anything interesting.
No, I just think it makes it more professional, though.
That's true. I mean,
so just click the pop-out button. It's yeah, that works too, honestly. Just click the X next to the purple disable stream, like out right up the top right, just so it doesn't look like you're actually streaming, which we are, but
yeah,
it helps.
Well, I mean, you know me, I'm all about professionalism.
Exactly, professionalism.
It's everything about my YouTube is just so professional.
Well, I think we should introduce ourselves. Joe, you want to do the honors?
You boys started off. Go right on ahead. You're my guests.
All right. I'm Level Genesis. I'm currently an admin over at the at Joe's Discord server, which you should all join. Highly recommend it. And I have my own YouTube channel where I post stuff every 4 years, and I have a Twitter account where I post stupid memes and stuff. So highly recommend you follow, because I will post dumb crap posts like every other week. So yeah, that's me.
Funky?
I'm Funky Kitty. I rarely upload, but when I do, it's a treat, I must say. That's all I gotta say. I don't really have much.
That's fine. That's some of the best self-promotion I've heard in a long time, honestly. Any usage of "it's a treat" is 100% amazing. So that's perfectly a-okay.
Highly recommend.
So yeah, this is my first live stream. Hello. I figured I would do this nice little live stream to talk about E3, talk about what I think we're going to see in a little bit more of a formal chat rather than make a video about it. I thought, why not live stream it? That's pretty fun. Who knows, maybe I'll even turn on the camera at some point and you'll get a little face reveal. We'll see where the night takes us.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we got a pretty sizable amount of people watching. We got 5 people watching. Some chats going on. I got the chat in the background too, so we'll be commenting.
Oh, that's nice. You'll be my eye on that because I have no clue. I just have my screen full, so.
Well, the Audacity channel just said he ate a Lego, so I mean we're already getting to peak levels right here. So.
All right. Well, I guess first things first. Let's just get it out of the way. Switch Pro. I mean, that thing is the white whale of the past month. Everybody's waiting for this thing to be revealed, and I don't know how confident I am anymore about them revealing that thing. At least this week, anyway. Maybe next week. I mean, yeah. Hashtag tomorrow every day.
Exactly. It really reminds me back when the original Switch got announced. Everyone was like, "It's gonna be tomorrow. It has to be tomorrow," and it never ended up coming out. I'm making a really dumb prediction. I think it's gonna get announced during this live stream because that's such a Nintendo thing to do, to announce in the middle of the evening on a Thursday. Because they've done weirder, so I could see that happening.
That's true.
But yeah, Switch Pro definitely is gonna happen at some point before E3. That's definitely a prediction that I think a lot of people are jumping onto.
I feel like there's multiple ways where where it can go, because if it happens before E3, that means a lot more stuff is on the table in terms of other companies, not even just Nintendo. But if it happens at E3, since E3 for Nintendo is much more later than the other companies, then I kind of doubt it.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I know that in terms of actual announcements, they said it will only be focused on software, which I guess that could make sense. I mean, that's what makes me feel like they're just going to announce it beforehand, but who knows? I mean, they might not even do that at all.
If I'm going to give it a timetable, I'm going to say that if they're going to announce this system before E3, then it's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday of next week.
I can see that.
Just like early in the week, get it over with, so that way, you know, they don't step on anybody's toes during E3, because there's going to be a lot of companies, I assume. If there's a lot of third parties on board putting games on this thing, then they're all going to want to show off their shit. Nintendo's not going to want to like step on anybody's announcements by announcing their new console too close to E3 that's going to take the attention off of anybody else. So I imagine they would probably do it either Monday or Tuesday, if not tomorrow. I mean, I feel like tomorrow is super, super late. But
yeah. I don't know. I feel like if they're gonna announce it, it's got to be sometimes, because I feel like they want to give space for their actual E3 announcements, and I think announcing it this week would be great. But I don't know. Gusty14's asking what we think that it will actually be called. Do you think it'll be just called the Switch Pro, Super Switch, New Nintendo Switch? What do you think? What are your guys' take on that?
New Nintendo Switch U.
That sounds like a threat. I'm going to switch you. But yeah, I want to do more retro kind of thing. A lot of people really like the Super Nintendo Switch. I like the idea of more like a newer reference, maybe like Switch SP or something like that. Something more Game Boy-y. I don't know. That's my take on it.
That would be cool. I mean, there's so many cool names they could come up with. Like, I don't know, but Switch Next. You know, some dumb shit.
the Switch NX. Call back to like the NX days, and everyone was freaking out about what that was gonna be called.
I want like one of those like real weird, like beta Nintendo system names, like NX. Yeah, I want like the Switch Dolphin. Where's the Switch Dolphin? Give me that.
Honestly, the Switch Dolphin, the Switch Revolution.
Ah, dude, Revolution. That's awesome. I would love that.
Revolution.
But it's probably
be such an. Sure, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, it'd be such a Nintendo thing to, like, everyone's assuming Nintendo's gonna name it something like the Switch, like the new Switch or whatever, but I think they underestimate how powerful the Switch brand is. I could see them totally doing something more out of the box kind of crazy, so who knows?
It'll probably just be Switch Pro.
We got new Nintendo Switch U 64 with Motion Plus inside.
There it is. Featuring Funky Mode.
Featuring new Funky Mode and Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Let's go. That's what we all want, right? You know, the Switch Pro featuring Dante. I mean, he's like the OS. You know how everyone's freaking out about like that like new Samsung chick, whatever, on like the mascot they made. It's like,
yeah.
Like her. But it's like Dante. He comments on what games you're gonna play.
And then when you go into the game, it's just Dante shooting the fucking screen to enter the game. That's badass.
It's like the Shadow the Hedgehog menus. It's like a gunshot whenever you click anything, or choose anything in the game.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, honestly, dude, get Shadow the Hedgehog on Switch. That's the new Sonic game we need.
Cool. You gotta be careful though. It's too much edge. Somebody will end up cutting themselves.
Oh my god.
I don't mean cutting themselves like in a bad way. I mean like slicing their finger when they pick it up.
Oh, I get that.
It's too edgy.
I have to keep that into a box because that's how edgy it is. Like it's literally like as sharp of a knife. That's how bad it is. So I totally get that. But yeah, I definitely think the Switch Pro is going to get announced soon. The name is so up in the air that I could see it happening either way. But who knows? Maybe we'll get something good.
New Nintendo Switch Pro. That's what it's going to be.
Nintendo Switch 2, Diddy's Conquest.
Dang, I would be cool. I would be down for that.
Sounds good to me.
They'll go like the reverse title, not Nintendo Switch Pro. Or Nintendo Switch 64. I don't know.
I mean, I would like to think that Nintendo learned their lesson from the Wii U, where they just literally just took the name of whatever it is and then tacked some extra piece of shit thing onto it. So that way, when like parents were going to the store, to buy a system for their kids, they were like, "Oh, is the Wii U is it a new thing or is it just the tablet?" Like, because people just thought it was just an accessory to the Wii. Mm-hmm. So, I would like to imagine that Nintendo learned their lesson and they would name this thing something blatant.
Yeah. Honestly, like, just something easy to tell it's an upgrade. It's not just the same Switch, and people will buy it, so.
Exactly.
I mean, people were able to tell what the Switch Lite was, and that sold pretty well, so I mean...
That's true.
It seems that Nintendo has gotten pretty good with that thing, but... Yeah. But we've gotta... Go ahead.
That's it, dude. This will be Switch heavy.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
I mean, everyone thought Switch Lite, Switch Heavy, Switch Thick Switch.
Ooh,
let's go.
thick Switch.
The thick Switch. Let's go, baby. We got a question from the chat asking our thoughts on the new Sonic announcement that happened last week. Or announcements, rather. So there was a couple.
I thought Sonic made out better than Mario, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah, like that might be a little controversial, but I honestly do think that Sonic made out pretty damn good. I mean, he got a new game teased. You're getting Sonic 3, which hasn't been released in forever, and we're actually getting it.
Yeah.
Which is cool, in a little collection. I mean, there are cool things that they could have announced that would have made it even better, but generally, I think there were some really good announcements. The other thing was, Tails is going to be in Sonic Colors or whatever? That's been like a really weird thing that's been happening, but I guess he is, yeah. That's a pretty big thing, too, honestly. I mean, for a lot of Sonic fans, that's a big deal. And I understand how it feels, because it's like, you get a game of a character that you love, and there's no character in it that you really love from the series. Like, I mean, yeah, Sonic's there, but like, everybody loves Sonic and Tails. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, they're like the core, and a lot of people want those characters in those games. So when you remove any of them out of those games, it's a bummer.
Yeah, 100%.
So getting Tails back in a game like that is a really cool announcement, and that's something that I would like to see. Like, being a big Donkey Kong fan, I want to see King K. Rool come back, so I can understand where the Sonic fans are at with that. Like, it was really cool to see Tails returning to a game like that, so that's sick.
Yeah, 100%.
So I honestly think Sonic did good.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to try to keep my thoughts clear and concise, because I'm a Sonic fan, and a big Sonic fan. And it's unfortunate because I don't really agree as much. I do think getting Sonic 3 and Knuckles back is amazing, and I'm super happy to see it, and I'm happy to see Tails back in Sonic Colors, even if it's not a playable role. It's still something to get him back in the game and more. But I don't like the fact that we're still getting another 15-second teaser for a game we don't know anything about. And I'm also frustrated that we're getting nothing new this year besides Sonic Colors. Like, they could have easily ported Generations along with Colors. And I know everyone's like, oh, it's on 360. I'm like, yeah, who cares? Put that on Switch. Put it on, like, PS5, Xbox Series X. I'd love to have that game on those consoles. There's games they could have given, even just a port would have been good. Like, Heroes, totally. A lot of people want to play Heroes again. This game has never been released besides, like, in Europe on PlayStation 3. So, getting that would be great. Maybe I sound like I want too much from Sonic, but I've been burnt so many times from this franchise that... And, like, here, I'm an adventure fan. I'm the fanboy who wants, like, Sonic Adventure remakes, and, like, I continually never get those. So I'm just waiting for something Sonic-related that I actually can enjoy. But, yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about the new Sonic game. I'm hoping it's good, but we'll see. But happy to see Origins and Colors as a... middle of the road. I'm okay with this, but I would rather have other things announcements.
Well, I mean, there's rumors that there are other Sonic games that are, like, in development, but they just didn't announce them or whatever.
I hope so. I would love that, honestly, if we got some more games.
Because I think people found evidence of something else for Sonic. I'm not really sure what, but Sega just didn't announce it yet.
Yeah, I totally get that. Oh, we got some people talking about Donkey Kong in the chat, Metroid, Breath of the Wild 2, dang. First, I would say, Drew, the Nostalgia main, 100% we do need Donkey Kong and King K. Rool for E3. I think that is like a 100% need. Like, if we don't get them, then E3 is just not going to be anything but that. It's just not good. We all agree there.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the thing is King K. Rool didn't have the he didn't have the opportunity to get that E3 reveal for Smash, which is fine because I mean it was hype as shit when he got revealed for Smash in that direct. Like nothing can take that away. That was amazing.
Yeah.
But like,
go ahead.
But getting Banjo-Kazooie at E3 a few years ago was so huge, dude. That was insane. Yeah. And like, I would love to see something similar with King K. Rool. And honestly, that is probably the next best thing. Getting him in a mainline Donkey Kong game, that reveal at E3 would be absolutely nuts. Because I mean, if Smash proved anything, it proved that a lot of people love the character. Like, so many people want to see him come back. On Twitter, whenever you see anything about Donkey Kong, he is like the #1 name that I see pop up in the comments. Like, people are like, I want to see King K. Rool come back. I want to see the Kremlings come back. And especially now that he's in Smash, he's gained so many more fans. It's like they have to bring him back. Yeah, and I mean, it'll be the dark horse hype announcement at E3 if they show a new Donkey Kong game and he is in that reveal, dude. People are gonna be like losing their minds. I know I am.
I'm just having like an amazing thought. Like, imagine if I have two ideas. Imagine if we actually got K. Rool at E3 when the Smash ultimately got announced, and imagine it was like a dual trailer with Ridley and K. Rool, and like you see like freaking Samus getting beat up, and then suddenly Samus like about to win against Ridley, and then K. Rool comes out of nowhere, and like they're like DK and them are battling together. That'd be so cool too. Like there's. Like, honestly, there's a ton of like cool ideas they could have done with K. Rool, and the fact that we got him in all in Smash is awesome. But if we do get like a K. Rool game, or sorry, we get a Donkey Kong game with K. Rool in it at E3, I kind of want them to do like the Tikis are back, and then K. Rool just smashes one. He's like, no, they're not back. I'm back, baby. Just like troll them. It's like, let's go. Like, I feel like that'd be such a perfect way to bring back K. Rool too. Like, joking around with the audience thinking, oh, you thought we were going to bring back the lamest villains in Donkey Kong? No, we got K. Rool back.
Sure, it's the Tikis, and then K. Rool just walks in with a Glock and just...
BAM! BAM! I would love that.
Lunch,
hello.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, introduce
Hi,
yourself.
everybody.
Lunch.
I have 10 free minutes before I have to go back to what I was doing, but I am Lunch Billion, and I have YouTube as well. And I like to draw pictures, and I'm making a game, and I like E3. I'm excited.
I agree. And actually, would 100% check out his game in progress. Looks freaking awesome. And he posts updates in the Discord server. Another reason why you should join the Discord server.
Yes, and his art is absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Aw.
The hand drawn style of your game is beautiful. I love it. I can't wait.
Thank you. I'm trying to draw a bird and a ferret today, and I don't know how they work, but we're figuring it out.
Draw both of them like combined. It's gonna work eventually.
A ferret.
Well, I mean, the bird's on top of the ferret. So
it's a Banjo-Kazooie situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like basically just Banjo-Kazooie.
I guess so. They're hanging out.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we talking about? Crocodiles. Has there ever been a more beloved fictional crocodile than K. Rool? Like, I can't even think of...
Maybe the crocodile from, like, Peter Pan, but even that, I feel like people just...
Even then, the crocodile from Peter Pan, there's no name attached to that, right?
I
don't think there's ever been a more ubiquitous...
But yeah, K. Rool is definitely iconic.
Hang on, I'm gonna Google fictional crocodiles.
I'm sorry, you're gonna get a bunch of, like, furry stuff on your Google image search, so...
The only ones I can think of is besides TikTok from Peter Pan is like what is his name? Lewis, I think, from Princess and the Frog, which is like one of my favorite Disney movies. But
yeah.
I'm a terrible. I hereby have to turn in my Sonic fan card because I completely blanked on Vector.
Oh shit, you're right, Vector.
I'm so ashamed that this happened on a live stream. I'd like to apologize to the Sonic community. I've been here for like 5 minutes and I've already tanked my credibility.
In your defense...
I already tanked my credibility with the Sonic fan base too, so no worries.
In your defense, Vector is kind of like... He's kind of like the K. Rool of the Sonic series. He doesn't really get a lot of love, to be honest.
Vector gets a lot of love compared to all the other Chaotix, though. He's always in the racing games, or he was literally day one in the Olympic Games, and none of the other Chaotix were ever in it. Like Charmy B, everyone hates Charmy, and SBO is like in maybe half of the games Chaotix appear in. So
Hey, when was
Like
the last
the
time
king of
Vector
the
was in a
B
main
tier
game?
characters.
yeah,
In a main game, I mean,
Forces.
he has his
sorta. I mean, he was like on the voice comm being like, "Hey guys, the world's dying."
I'm in the
you know.
computer room. Sorry. Anyways,
That was actually a very impressive.
I literally just
impression.
I just buckled my voice and went, oh, excuse me. Anyways, you didn't hear that. Anyways, hey, at least you're not a Tikal fan like me. We get like 2 things every year. Actually, no, not even that. We probably get 2 things every 5 years.
Yeah, 2 things a year. What are you talking about? Now that is a character right there. That's a deep cut.
Tikal is just cool. Like Tikal and Chaos are like 2 characters I really enjoy from Sonic because they're just like two intertwined characters that just have a bunch of cool lore, and I wish they appeared more in Sonic games.
And they look cool. And neither of them are going to appear at E3, but there's not even a 1% chance that any of those characters will be seen for at least 10 years. But, I mean, that's kind of what makes all of us fellow kin, right? The fact that we love these characters that are dead and 6 feet under.
Pretty much. I mean,
Yeah,
the nice thing is we get to look out for mobile games that give us some love for those characters. Like, I think Tikal has appeared in like 2 mobile games from Sonic, and we're probably gonna see. I feel like she'll appear in more as time goes on.
That's like, yeah, being in mobile games is like life support. I'll take it.
I mean, it at least shows that they can use the character. That's good.
That's true. I mean, that's better than Chunky Kong, you know.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Chunky.
gosh, poor
And
Chunky.
then there's Chunky.
something.
He's dead.
Dude, how messed up is it, dude, that Chunky, not only Chunky, but his little brother Kitty Kong, both of them, put in the same box,
They were
buried 6
purged,
feet under.
man. Purged
I
from the Kong clan.
I straight up think if we get a Donkey Kong Country 3 remake, which I would love, and I think that's like one of the best. If they're gonna remake any of the Donkey Kong Country games, I think it should be that one in my opinion. Though 2 would be great too. If they do it, they should have like a mode where you can like play as an older version of Kitty who has like a freaking biker jacket and it's like a 1950s or 60s greaser archetype. That just sounds really funny.
That actually, I like that. I wasn't on board until you mentioned the 1950s greaser attitude. I'm like, all right, I'll take that.
Because there's a commercial from DKC3 where he's like it's like a kitty on a bike, and it's so dumb that it worked perfectly.
Wow. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical of like aging up DK characters. Like, I honestly think Chunky Kong got off lightly by not returning after they tried to make Tiny Kong hot.
That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird.
That abomination.
That's a fate worse than death. That's canon now. We can't take that back.
I mean, another thing.
Yeah, we can't reverse it. She's stuck like that. She can't age. She literally ruined the whole Donkey Kong lore.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even know Donkey Kong had lore until like I started playing the rest of the series after my childhood of playing the first 3, and it's so weird to see people like complain about like characters.
Hey man, they grow, man. Like, how much time has passed over this franchise? In Tropical Freeze, what birthday is Donkey Kong celebrating? That's what I want to know.
Maybe he's
That's the lore I'm
celebrating
looking
King
for.
Carol's birthday. You know, he was.
He was celebrating the fact that he got a new game.
Is this an E3 stream? I'm actually confused.
Yeah, we're talking about
Okay.
E3 stuff. We're just like kind of just chilling and talking about gaming news. We kind of side tangent to
Okay, alright.
That's what we usually do. Yeah, we actually got some people talking about, let's see, Star Fox. What do we think about Splatoon 3? We can do some quick thoughts there. I did
Splatoon
not
3 is
like-
going to be big. It's going to be huge.
Oh yeah, it's
Absolutely.
definitely E3, no
I have
doubt.
stated before that I don't think we needed a Splatoon 3, and I think just an extra expansion would have worked better, and I think a Splatoon 3 should have waited for another hardware. Maybe like the Switch Pro. Which could be the case still. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm a Mario Kart guy. I think that if they were going to make another sequel to a game already having a game on Switch, it should have been Mario Kart. So, but who knows? Maybe we'll get that at E3. I'd love that for it.
Well, I think Splatoon is one of those series where it's easy enough for them to make sequels to it, just because, I mean, obviously they just take the same assets, put them into the next game, and just port it over. That's not a problem. I mean, lots of games do that. But the thing with Splatoon is, I honestly do think that it is a game that deserves a separate entry each time, because I think they have a lot of really cool and unique ideas, and they probably have so many cool weapon ideas that they don't want to just shove them all into one game. So it's one of those games that they have the luxury that they can pump out one probably every like other year or so when they're done making the other one.
And I
mean, Call of Duty's freaking annual, right? And people buy that all the time.
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't mind. I do like that it's a lot of fan interaction. Like they have the kind of the Splatfest that decides the next game. I do think that's kind of cool, and I think there's things that can do better. The problem is just like Splatoon. It looks like a really fun game, and I'll buy it, and then I will play it for 2 days and get bored of it. And maybe this is my own taste in gaming, but I can't play shooters on Switch. I gotta play them on PC. And straight up, if there's one game I would love the most on PC, it would be Switch. It'd be Splatoon. I think Splatoon is a natural fit for the platform, and it's the one game I want from Nintendo.
That game was I think a cursor, a mouse and keyboard would make that game feel a lot more precise. I think I feel the same about shooters on Nintendo systems. But I gotta go draw a ferret. But thanks for briefly having me.
No problem.
Talk about crocodiles. Let me know what the next crocodile live stream is on. I'll be there.
We'll do.
Weekly crocodile live streams featuring lunch.
Real crocodile hours here in it could be Joe's server. So we got like add everyone and like say, hey everyone, here's your weekly picture of a crocodile.
There's a Twitter account that does that.
Later lunch.
See you lunch.
Okay, we got someone asking about a Star Tropics reboot. Sorry if I'm not getting your questions. By the way, we kind of start trying to get into different questions and stuff, so I try to bring things up that are relevant. But we got someone requesting a Star Tropics reboot. It says it's been 27 years since the last entry in the series. I would agree. I think Star Tropics would be right for like a cool, like, unique little expansion. Sorry, some sort of like new idea for it. So I'd be down for that.
Star Tropics would be that game that's like that out there at a left field announcement that Nintendo would make, where it's just like people would be like, they never saw that coming.
Yeah, I could imagine like Star Tropics being like a really cool like. I feel like it'd be cool to see like a more modern interpretation of it. Like, and the cool thing is that it's a game that's like it's not based in like reality, but it's pretty based in like actual like modern day society. It'd be cool if we could see like Nintendoized versions of like cities and stuff, because I think the first game you fly out of Seattle. It's like such a weird city to find a Nintendo game. Oh, Seattle of all things. So honestly, would love to see that. Love to see Star Tropics back.
The thing is, I think that it's imperative for the fan base to embrace games like the Famicom Detective Club and all that kind of stuff. If you want to see games like Star Tropics come back, then you have to embrace the more, I guess I should say, like, less popular and more weird Nintendo franchises. Because if those games sell well, then Nintendo feels more comfortable about bringing these games back. That's the thing. Like, if they feel like they're not going to make their money back, then they're not going to bother. So if Famicom Detective Club and games like that don't really sell to what they expect, then we'll never see those other games. So, like, I feel like if a game like that does well, then we have a chance of seeing Star Tropics or, what's that other one, Advance Wars and all that kind of stuff, like, maybe see a new release. Like, you know, it's not going to be this huge AAA version of that game, but they could do a really cool, you know, redo or like a take on it that would be really awesome to see. Like, it would be cool to see a game like Star Tropics done. They could do it in the style of like what's that one? Oh, jeez, dude, I can't think of it.
Link's Awakening?
Yeah, Link's Awakening would be a good one, or Octopath Traveler. That's what I was trying to think.
Oh yeah, I could see that working too. That Dragon's Quest 3 remake looks awesome.
Oh, it looks incredible.
Like, I straight up like think that Mother 1 or Earthbound Beginning should be remade in that same style. I think it's the perfect idea for it.
I 100% agree.
I was gonna mention Mother 1. That should definitely be a game remade.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Like, I think, here's the thing. I think each game, Mother game, I think 3 doesn't need to be remade, because I think 3 is fine as it is. I think 1 needs to be, like, remade in terms of more pixely, because I think it'd be interesting to see that. But I think 2 needs to get, like, a huge, like... I will say, I do like Mother 2, and I think it's, I love its gameplay style. But I'd love to see, like, Mother 2 in, like, this huge kind of grand adventure. Like, maybe, like, make it more, like, an action RPG if you're gonna do something like that. It'd be awesome to see.
I agree.
So,
especially with Ness and Lucas in Smash. Like, so many people are so used to the Smash Brothers Ness. I mean, he's more popular in Smash than he is in his own game series with the standard Nintendo fan.
Yeah, 100%.
So, if you did something like that, where it was some kind of action RPG featuring Ness with, like, abilities that people recognize from the games, most people would look at that and go, oh shit, they put Ness from Smash Brothers in a game. Like, because, I mean, how many younger people are aware of Earthbound? I know there's a lot of them, don't get me wrong, but, you know, Earthbound is one of those games, the Mother series generally is one of those Nintendo series that it's got a very niche fan base, and the broad stroke of Nintendo fans have never played it. Like, they've seen it, but they've never played it, or they've heard people talk about it. So, like, if you were to do the game in a new way to introduce it to a new fan base, I think that would really, like, really hook a lot of people. And then you would have a better chance of seeing a game like Mother 3 get an English port of some kind, whether they do a redo of it or they decide to actually just straight up port it, which I doubt because of all the there's like controversial stuff in it that they don't think the West would really, you know, enjoy. But if that's the case,
it's so debatable though for like Mother 3. Like it's a conversation within itself.
Yeah, because like people within the Mother fan base argue whether it is controversial or not. And it's something that I definitely think we should bring up right now, because it's not because it's inappropriate, it's for the fact it would take a ton of time.
That's
and
true.
You could just go through it and be rabbit hole into its own conversation, like Funky said. But yeah, my personal.
If we run out of things to talk about, we'll talk about Mother 3 by the end of the stream.
Spoiler alert: I don't think it's going to be at E3, so we'll keep that relevant to the discussion. I don't think we're going to see Mother 3 at E3.
I do think Nintendo will do some sort of like Earthbound re-release separate from Nintendo Switch Online. I think it'll be like they're gonna like make you pay money to buy Earthbound separately, and then you have to go and like, it'll be like some
the
sort
Fire
of
Emblem.
Yeah, I think they'll do that with like Mother 1 and Mother 2, and then if those sell well, we could maybe see Mother 3 with some changes. But again, that's such a debatable thing. I want to see Mother 3 come out, but I'm not holding out hope. I've been a Mother fan long enough to know never to get your hopes up. After the Switch reveal, after the Wii U stuff,
I played Mother 3 last week. Like I started playing it, and it's good. Like now I'm joining people and saying, yeah, put this game, release this game.
Exactly. It needs to get out of the West.
Get
into the West. Excuse me. Come to the West. We got someone asking about a new Kirby game at E3.
Oh yeah, 100%. Kirby's that thing that you can almost bank on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Kirby fan, but I'd love to see like a 3D Kirby or something new from Kirby, because I don't like the 2D stuff all that much besides Superstar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'd love to see like a 3D Kirby come out.
Was the last 3D Kirby like Crystal Shards on 64?
I mean, we've never gotten a 3D Kirby, actually.
That's right. Technically, Crystal Shards was kind of like a 2.5D.
Yeah.
So
a new Animal Crossing game? I don't see Animal Crossing getting a new game this generation, but I could see like a big DLC expansion or a big update get announced, which I would love that. Because
definitely.
Animal Crossing quickly lost my interest after like 6 months, which is sad because I actually do like really like that game, but I want to see more from it. I want to see like Rooster come back. I want to see like maybe some like new islands to visit, or maybe like be able to like make a second island, or be able to have more control for villagers and stuff like that.
I think at the very least we'll see an announcement. I don't know if we'll get like a full-blown trailer, but I'm sure Nintendo is definitely going to announce something new for Animal Crossing, like DLC-wise. There's no way. That game, like, I mean, that game gave them so much money in 2020, it's not even funny. So,
yeah.
And that rhymed. They would be fools not to do some kind of big DLC for for Animal Crossing and keep it alive. And honestly, I think we might see something similar to what we saw with the Mario 35th anniversary, where we're going to see a Zelda tie-in with Animal Crossing, where they're going to like put like different Zelda items in there, and probably like props and stuff like that you can add to your island. I definitely see that happening with Animal Crossing, so I'm sure that's going to be a thing. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I definitely think that they might go. Well, first off, there's a lot of stuff they could add to Animal Crossing, like you said, like some new items. I think a paid expansion pass makes the most sense because, like you said, they made a ton of money. If they made like a bunch of like huge updates to make the game better, I could see that happening. I would probably pay for it as long as it gives us new stuff. But I don't know. I think we need to get some more stuff. Donkey Kong Country Animal Crossing items, anyone? For the 40th? Dude, we could get like some barrels, maybe get some we can get like a King K. Rool like outfit or costume, some Donkey Kong like a Donkey Kong tie. It'd be perfect.
That's what would bring me back to Animal Crossing right there.
Oh, imagine if you could get a freaking like a Donkey Kong arcade cabinet. You could play the original Donkey Kong in there. That'd be so cool.
Oh, see, that's such a good idea. Oh, dude, you know what they should do? Honestly, they should reintroduce the consoles that you could get inside of Animal Crossing and allow you to just play. I mean, I know you can play it on your Switch already, but it was just so fun to like in the older games where you could turn on your little NES or whatever and like play games. Like they should just do that, but just have maybe like special games in there for anniversaries. Like for these games, like the Donkey Kong series or Legend of Zelda or whatever. They should totally do that again just because it's just so cool.
A cool like workaround they could do with that is maybe like saying you can access those, you can get those items from having Nintendo Switch Online, so like they're not losing sales from getting Nintendo Switch Online. So, for example, let's just say like you can find them on Nintendo Switch themed items and stuff like that, or islands or something like that. Or I think the game just needs more variety, and I think maybe having these NES games be like a huge like rarity that you can find on random islands would be huge.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. I definitely like that idea, and I think it could work well. I don't know. I love New Horizons, and I think it was a great game to start the pandemic, and I think Nintendo can still hit the landing. What do you call it? I think we can still hit the landing with Animal Crossing once the pandemic ends if they continue to support it, which I think they said they were. They said like a years ahead. So
I would hope so. I mean, it would be really dumb for them to, leave the game hanging now. It's still pretty popular. I mean, it's got a dedicated community.
Dude, straight up, like, people were, like, obsessed with Animal Crossing. Like, I had non-Nintendo friends super into it. Dude, I literally went on a virtual date in Animal Crossing. I'm not even kidding. That is literally what I did once. Like, everyone was into Animal Crossing. They have this, like, huge momentum. They got to keep it going. And I think as some sort of expansion pass with a bunch of new stuff, like, people, like, there was a period of time on YouTube where people were, like, literally fighting tooth and nail to rank each villager. Imagine if they had, like, a huge villager expansion pass that gave you, like, 30 new villagers and maybe even a new personality type. Just some new stuff like that to give us, like, something to really chew on and with Animal Crossing. And I think, like you said, they can continue it. They just got to get us something.
Yeah, because, I mean, at this point, the only people that are still playing Animal Crossing are, like, the hardcore dedicateds who live and breathe Animal Crossing to begin with. They were still playing the older versions or something like that. They're the ones that are still really on playing the game. Like, the more casual people who bought Animal Crossing during the pandemic, no doubt, are probably already done with it. Like, I mean, my wife is a perfect example. She didn't really care for Animal Crossing. She got into it around the pandemic. She loved it. She played it for, like, weeks and weeks and weeks, and now she kind of lost interest, and she doesn't really touch it anymore. But, there's an opportunity for them to add more DLC to the game to bring it back to life, so that way the casual audience would be like, oh yeah, let's get back on Animal Crossing, and possibly even drive a little bit more sales for Animal Crossing. I'm sure it still sells decent.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, only people who are playing it still are people who are like super addicted to it and hardcore. Are Hyrule Master's wife, as he just posted in chat. But I will say, I was thinking earlier, like, a great way they could, like, I don't know when Animal Crossing has, like, an upcoming, like, anniversary, but I'd love to see some of the older games get ported to Switch or some other new console. Like, imagine if we got, like, the original Animal Crossing for GameCube, maybe, like, Wild World. Heck, if we could get, like, New Leaf, all three of these games ported onto Switch, it takes so much effort, but I'd love to see that because I think people still would love to play those games, and getting those all connected would be awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think the older Animal Crossing games still have a lot of merit, and there are people that love the mechanics of older games over the newer ones still. And I'm sure they would love any excuse to have like an HD, upgraded version of one of the older Animal Crossing games. Like honestly, I think Nintendo could get away with releasing an Animal Crossing collection, where you could just have all of the Animal Crossing games on it. I feel like that if that did come out, so many people would be like spending endless hours on that because it's just, like you can go from one to the next to the next.
and then we'd realize that instead of doing that, they would just give us instead the Animal Crossing game everyone wants a remake of. Was it like freaking like our Amiibo Festival? We'll get like that'll be remade instead.
Oh gosh!
Just imagine like the re-release of the century, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival remastered, and it just like gives you like one additional character, and that's it.
Dude, all the Animal Crossing fans have instant Vietnam flashbacks. You just hear the helicopters. You just hear the helicopters, and they're all just looking at their televisions, eyes glued to it, and they can hear the explosions.
They can hear Tom Nook like trying to get him to get happiness points or whatever the heck that game was about.
They can hear the amiibos scanning, and they're just like, "Stop!"
No, not the game. Dude, I remember watching that E3 and like this was back when like I was such a I had a Wii U and I was super excited for anything like Animal Crossing on Switch. On Wii U, and like just didn't give us anything. So I thought that was gonna be an Animal Crossing too. Everyone thought it would be. So. Oh
yeah, it was like the biggest cock block Nintendo ever did. People were like, "Oh, Animal Crossing on the Wii U, finally!" And they were just like, "Psych! Amiibo!" You're like, "Wait, what? It's just a worse version of Mario Party. Why?"
Yeah. And it wasn't like we even had good Mario parties on the Wii U either. And that brings me up. I think I do really want to see another Mario Party on Switch, but it needs to continue with the non-card gameplay. Please do that for me. If you don't do that, you're gonna lose me again, Nintendo.
This is the interesting thing about Mario Party. I honestly feel like them giving the online play to the previous one that came out on Switch, like in that update, super fucking late, like 2 years later, I honestly feel like that might be a little indicator that we're not getting a new Mario Party game.
Yeah, I could see that. I remember people talking about how like they were going to focus on online for the next game, so seeing that kind of end up like that is a little unfortunate, but I don't know. I love Mario Party. It's one of my favorites, favorite Nintendo franchises. Seriously, in college, my friends and I would just play Mario Party 6 and 7 all the time. It was one of our favorite games to play, and straight up, I love that the kind of community is kind of going back from the whole 64 Mario Parties are the best and that's it. Dude, 64 Mario Parties are definitely good, but man, the GameCube ones and even Mario Party 8 was super good. I still stand behind Mario Party 8 being a solid title. 9 and 10, you can throw those out. They were awful. 11, I don't think people remember 11. But no, I would say 6 through 8 were solid titles that are still good to this day.
I mean, I generally find all the Mario Party games to be fun in some way, shape, or form. As much as mediocre as the Wii U one was, it was cool, for one person to be Bowser and be able to, screw with everybody else. I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
But, my thing with Mario Party is, and this is going to be old man yelling at Cloud, but the older Mario Parties, from the 64 and some of the GameCube ones, were so much, meaner, in a good way, than the new Mario Parties. The new Mario Party games give me that feeling where it's just everybody gets a gold star because you're all great. Everybody gets coins. Don't get too angry. Whereas, me and some friends went back and played the old N64 games, and those games were fucking brutal. Brutal. There's red spaces everywhere. You land on that shit, you're losing 5 coins. The game just doesn't care. It's just beating your ass. It's whoever can't get their ass kicked worse in Mario Party. And that's my kind of Mario Party right there. I like mean Mario Party. I'm not even going to lie about it.
Yeah, I totally think that Mario Party needs to kind of go back to being more competitive, being more focused less on everyone gets a star, everyone gets coins, and more like, hey, if you don't reach the star, then you're boned. Sorry, you're gonna lose the game. If you didn't try hard enough, then try harder, loser. You know, that kind of like attitude they originally had. Like, I want a Mario Party that freaking makes you have to like ruin your hands again.
Exactly, dude.
Like, there's a Mario Party.
Where's my wounds from having to spin the stick? Where's my wounds in the middle of my palms? I look like I have stigmata because I was playing Mario
Party. Battle
Party.
scars back. The battle scars need to return.
Exactly. Give me that, dude. Give me old Mario Party. Make Mario Party mean again.
Exactly. We need to get something more towards, like, more competitiveness, like I said. And I don't know. I think Mario Party, like, straight up, if they announce the car gimmick comes back when no one was asking for it, that's what I'll know Nintendo is like, at least Nintendo's Mario Party team has lost touch of what Mario Party truly is. If they get to a good place, then just jump back out of it again. Because I don't think anyone's really calling for car gameplay again.
Nah, nobody wants that shit. And when they do make a new Mario Party game, I would like more variety in the character department. Like, I mean, come on now. You have so many good characters that they could put into a Mario Party game, and yet we get the same core characters every single time, and then they add in some, like, I don't know, now they're putting, like, Bowser's fucking minions in there. Like, they're putting, like, a bunch of nobodies. I don't want to say nobodies. Everybody's a fan of a character, but, I mean, you're putting Koopa Troopa, Boo, Hammer Brother, and all these other ones in there before you put characters like Dixie Kong. Any of the Donkey Kong characters.
I mean, they put in Spike in Mario Tennis Aces. I completely forgot Super Mario Party's roster. But the number one character that I want Koopa Kid to come back. Like, I will cry tears of joy if Koopa Kid comes back.
Koopa Kid needs to come back, 100%.
Like, Koopa Kid versus Bowser Jr. It's not that hard. That's all you gotta do. They can because it was never confirmed. Because that's what that's why the Koopalings aren't really confirmed to be Bowser's kids. They're called the Koopa Kids, but they're not his kids. They're just kids that work for Bowser. The same thing with Koopa Kids from Mario Party.
Child labor.
Yeah,
exactly.
I've got
can't Nintendo just get it already?
I forgot to put that in my Bowser video. Damn.
I got a good compromise for this. Nintendo can keep making their nice Mario parties, and then on the side we get Donkey Kong Party. That's all about competitiveness, beating your teammate, your opponents into the ground by trying to collect golden bananas while you can land on King K. Rool spaces that will ruin your day and even potentially like ruin your entire game by stealing all your stuff. It'd be great. And we can get characters like Dixie Kong, Funky Kong. Heck, we could even get like King K. Rool himself and all his personas.
Yeah, and they can give us all the Mario characters that they ignore in Mario Party.
I got a great idea. So we have Cutlass or Claptrap, you choose, and that's going to be the Koopa Kid.
Cool,
we have to have some form of Koopa Kid in every single party game. We got to have a Koopa Kid.
Man, I just want to see more Donkey Kong spin-offs. Like, we need more DK spin-offs. Dude, reboot Donkey Kong Racing. Dude, like, I miss when we got crazy cool spin-offs from Nintendo. I feel like we just get, like, Captain Toad, and that's kind of it. Like, I feel like that's the last big spin-off we've got besides, like, the Zelda ones we usually get.
That's true.
Like, a Donkey Kong spin-off that would be focused more on, like, obscure characters. Dude, Funky Kong's Repair Shop Simulator. Am I the only one saying, is this a good idea or what?
How about a Funky Kong dating simulator?
It's like the Funky Kong ASMR, but in a dating simulator. I like it.
Dude, what ladies out there wouldn't want to play Funky Kong dating simulator? First of all,
ladies, post in the chat if you play a Funky Kong dating simulator. We gotta know the audience and who'd be interested in that.
Hashtag date Funky, dude. He is the Chad, okay?
Yeah,
First of all,
exactly.
He is an absolute... Look, I mean, the only Kong I could see that could steal a woman's heart over Funky Kong is Swanky Kong. But look at that motherfucker, dude. You look at Swanky and tell me that he is just not perfection, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Swanky would buy the woman. Funky would earn the woman.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, that is accurate. That is absolutely accurate.
I would love to see like more spin-offs in general though. Like I've told this idea before, but one of my favorite things in gaming is the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Imagine this. Imagine a game where you play as Rosalina, like maybe she's like a young adult or something like that before she became like whatever in Mario Galaxy, where you explore the like a bunch of like randomly generated worlds and planets and stuff, searching for resources to build up your space station, and it's like the Chow Garden where you can take care of Chow and like name them and have them compete and stuff like that. So like with the Luma instead.
I think that's a good idea.
It's like the idea. It's like it just sounds like a great idea, and I want to see them do something like that. I want to see more like. I want to see more of those kind of like pet games where you can like take care of stuff. I love those kind of stuff when I was a kid, and I think that'd be fun to see.
Honestly, I think that would be a really cool concept for a Galaxy 3. Like,
yeah, honestly, yeah.
If you could nurture Lumas and then they give you some kind of bonuses, like when you go into a stage.
Maybe you could like jump higher or like run faster with them. It depends on like how you raise them. Like example, if you play a stage with a Luma and you tend to jump more, the Luma will give you jump powers, or if you like basically are going super fast and doing like speed running, the Luma will tend to give you more speed power. It'd be kind of like Amiibo where it learns off of your playstyle and like allows you to get you more of the more of the stuff you want.
Yeah, that would actually be a really cool idea. Though, I mean, that's also barring that we would get a Galaxy 3, which I don't know about that one.
And then maybe we can get like Rosalina as like a playable character through like her own stages. Like maybe it'll be more like floaty, kind of like I don't know. Like I'm trying to think like maybe like more like I don't know, like vertical in a sense. Like way more like jumping up, kind of like going up higher instead. I don't know, just ideas. But I would love to see Rosalina as another playable characters. I think having her in 3D World was awesome. So.
I want Wario World too.
Oh man, dude, I feel like the Wario World series is, I don't know, man. I feel like we have no chance of seeing that because of WarioWare. Like, and I have nothing against. Yeah, I have nothing against WarioWare, but I feel like the WarioWare series is the thing that made the Wario Land and Wario World series disappear. And I just feel like we're never going to see those games again. The last one we had was Shake It, right, on the Wii?
Yeah.
Which was an awesome game, and it was beautiful. I loved the art for that game. I loved it. I would love to see Nintendo take that approach with more of their platforming games. Like, I would love to see any of Nintendo's games would fit that aesthetic, like, perfectly. Like, imagine if we do get it, if the next Donkey Kong game is a 2D platformer strictly. Like, no 2.5 or 3D or whatever. Like, imagine if it was a fully animated game like that. Like, it had animated graphics like that. That would be awesome. I would love to see something like that. Any Nintendo game fits that aesthetic. But, like, it would be perfectly fine if they just stuck it to only the Wario series. Like, if they kept Wario Land going or Wario World, and they kept that animated look to it, like that cartoon style, would be absolutely fantastic. That would be awesome. And
go ahead.
Oh, well, and I mean, do what everybody wants you to do and add fucking Waluigi to it. I mean, geez, dude.
Here's my idea. What they do is they take the style from Wario Land Shake It, and they use that style to remake Super Mario Land 2. So rebooting Wario's character, the introduction of Wario's character, and maybe adding Waluigi as like another boss as well. And then, propelling from that, they proceed to make a new Wario Land game. I think it makes a lot of sense. It gets you on to like new games. And Mario Land 2 is a great game that has amazing music, and I think it could totally use a remake. It's from the Game Boy, so I mean it definitely needs something. And I mean if we can get Zelda remakes from Game Boy, we can get a Mario remake from the Game Boy. It'd be awesome.
That's true.
And with like a new style like that, it'd be perfect.
I would kill for Mario Land. I would kill for both the duology is remade.
They could easily add both in one game, to be honest. Mario Land 2, Mario Land 1 is so short.
Yeah, they could do a trilogy, because it's still called Super Mario Land 3, so they could kind of get away with it.
Yeah, that's a good idea too, maybe adding, and then, maybe add like a Wario mode where you can play as Wario in all 3 games, if you want.
New Wario mode.
Wario mode. I just want to see Waluigi and Daisy in more games, like more platforming games. I think they deserve it. So, and hey, it would force Nintendo to recognize Daisy in a platforming game. It's technically she was in Land.
That's true.
Then,
she hasn't been in shit aside from spin-offs. So.
Yeah, Heels, I totally get it. We all want OG Paper Mario. best to accept that's probably never going to happen. I've accepted it, and you probably should too. I'm sorry, man. Paper Mario.
I miss Mario and Luigi. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm fine if Paper Mario's gone, but I miss Mario and Luigi.
I still remember when everyone was like, when it was like Mario, Luigi versus Wario and Waluigi is like a new like Mario and Luigi title, which would have been really fun. Like,
It would.
like why did they give us that?
Because for every good
It's a
idea
big
Nintendo
part.
has, there's like 20 other really good ideas, but they only they only ever do one thing.
I get that. We
So-
got someone. We got someone asking Joe, "Do you think Crash is coming to Smash?"
Oh man, you know it's funny because I was thinking about I was going to originally do a Smash video. I was going to do just a video dedicated to Smash, but then honestly I figured, well, you know what? Since we're doing the live stream and we were going to be talking over live stream anyway, I figured I may as well get all my Smash thoughts out there in the live stream, so you'd be getting the same information. I might still do a video before E3, maybe, we'll see, because I mean there's not much time left now.
Yeah.
So here's my thoughts on Super Smash Bros. And where I think it's going to go at E3. I think we're going to get 2 characters at E3 for Smash. I think they're going to finish out the Fighter's Pass at E3 this year. I think we're going to get the final 2. They just want it over with, I think, at this point. They're going to want to get that out there. I don't think they're going to hold this over too much longer. And I've been thinking a lot about this. I have been so, like, fervently against the idea that we would be getting more than one, or I should say more than 2, because Steve, that we would be getting more than 2 Western characters in this pass. But I'm not going to lie. There is a little part of me that is starting to feel like we might get maybe 2 Western characters in this pass to finish it out. I don't know why I have this feeling, and I'm more than likely wrong, because that's, when am I right? But I just have this weird feeling like we could potentially see Crash is a character that's like a given at this point. He's so heavily expected that it's hard for me to say that I don't think Crash Bandicoot is going to get in, because I don't want to say there's evidence pointing in his direction, because the only thing we have is that Activision leak, and I use leak in quotes because we don't even know if it's real or not, but it seems like it was, because the info that was in it has, for the most part, come true. So, yeah, like, Crash is looking like, he's like Banjo at this point, where he looks really good. Like, he just doesn't have the advantage of having, like, a higher up at Activision pushing for him to get in. Like, we had Phil Spencer, so that's why everybody expected Banjo. So I do feel like Crash is probably the best. He's probably the number 1 that I feel like would probably get in. I'm just going to fall in line with everybody else. But I could honestly see a scenario where we get Crash and Master Chief. Honestly.
Yeah, baby.
Honestly. Crash Bandicoot is popular. He has Japanese popularity, so it's not like he's just a Western he's a Western character, but he's like Banjo in the sense of he has fans in Japan. He's recognized in Japan, and I think he is big enough over there that Crash Bandicoot would be justifiable to, to release and consider him sort of a middle of the road character. He's not necessarily just an all Western guy. You have fans in both regions that really love him. And then you have the Chief, which the thing is I feel like Master Chief is a character that Nintendo, they had to have considered him. There's no way. Especially when you're as close as Microsoft as they are, and we keep getting these teases from Phil Spencer that something is happening with the Switch. It could be nothing that has to do with Smash at all, which is, perfectly reasonable. It could be anything. But the fact that Phil Spencer keeps kind of like pushing the Switch out there with, like, he had it in the background of that live stream that he was doing and all that, just makes me feel like there is going to be something else significant coming to the Nintendo Switch. The only things I can think of, personally, that I think would be, worth it, all these teases, is either something that has to do with Rare in some capacity, or Banjo-Kazooie, which I mean, at this point, as a diehard Banjo-Kazooie fan, I don't think we're going to see Banjo at this E3. I mean, as much as it hurts to say it, I never see him. Every year I always think, oh man, maybe we'll get Banjo. And we get nothing. Aside from Smash, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, I think we're going to get Banjo for Xbox or for Switch or whatever. But that is one of the things I think they could be teasing with a Microsoft and Nintendo partnership continuing. Or the alternative is we're getting another Smash Brothers character. The only character that I can see coming from Microsoft. Now, I know Doomslayer is obviously still popular in the community, and I love Doomslayer. But if you're Nintendo and you're getting the choice between the Doomslayer and Master Chief, who the hell are you going to choose? You're going to pick Master Chief. I mean, come on. That's a once-in-a-lifetime choice to get this Microsoft-only character in your game. Like, dude, Chief getting in Smash would be an internet breaker. That shit would be like Steve all over again for a completely different reason.
100% agree there. Yeah, honestly, I think that with Chief, I would say for me, I don't think any character is super likely right now. I think there's characters that are 100% not likely, but I think that there's characters that, like, for me, I'm so torn on what I want or not. Personally, I would say double reveal. I think there's been such a pattern the last two that I think we'll probably see it. The last two being the one we didn't get, which has been assumed it would have been E3 in general. I don't think it'll be too Western. I think it'll be I think it'll be one Japanese kind of focused character and one Western character to end off the pass. And the first one, I am so tied between these two characters. I want to say Porky from Earthbound. I just think Porky makes a ton of sense as a character. He's been left out. He's been a boss. I think if we're going to get some sort of upgrade from a boss besides Ridley, I think Porky makes a lot of sense. And especially if they do something with Earthbound at E3, I'd love to see it. In terms of character, there's a lot of music and stuff they could put in there, and new stage as well, plenty of stuff they could add. But I also could see Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. I think that, he's an anime sword fighter. I know everyone would be upset with that, but honestly, Tales of Symphonia is a classic game from GameCube. Everyone loved it back in the day. There's been such a weird thing with this Mii costume. I could see him being, and I mean, yeah, he's an anime sword fighter, but he's got two swords, guys. I mean, I think that changes some things a little bit. I mean, it gives him something. And honestly, I think he's just a cool character. I would love to see him in Smash 2, so I think I definitely would want Porky over him, but I think he has a good shot too. I do think Crash is pretty likely, but again, I don't know. I wish it would be Crash, but who knows there. But I'm gonna jump on your thoughts, Joe. I think Chief will be our last character, and his tagline will 100% have to be finished the fight. If his tagline is not Master Chief finishes the fight, then I don't know what it's gonna be, because it is the perfect way of ending this. So, yeah, Chief I think will happen. I want him to happen at least. I'm not counting on it. I feel like we might be completely dead wrong, but who knows. In terms of, I know people are like kind of doubting the idea of a bonus fighter now, and I would agree, but I do think if we do get a bonus fighter, I think it's pretty much guaranteed to be Waluigi. I don't know why they wouldn't put Waluigi in. I mean, Waluigi makes a ton of sense as a bonus fighter. He doesn't have to bring any music or spirits or whatever, or a stage, and he's just a character that could work on its own. And it'd be kind of funny to start the pass with Piranha Plant and end the pass with Waluigi. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
What are you, George Lucas?
Yeah, I'm George Lucas. Put me in Smash Brothers if you want. But
it's like poetry. It rhymes.
But yeah, I would love to see Waluigi as like a bonus fighter if you buy both passes. But knowing that, we'll probably end up getting some sort of thing like, I don't know, like a Mii costume or something.
Yeah.
Like I could probably see Lloyd being like a bonus Mii costume for like buying both passes or something. I don't know.
Well, the thing with the bonus fighter, and like shout out to Papa Geno's, because he's the guy that really kind of started the whole thing with the bonus fighter with the information that he dug up about that.
Yeah.
The thing is like, I know people are doubting it mostly because Sakurai recently did all that stuff where he was saying like, oh, we're almost done and this is it, and we're gonna reveal the final fighters and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other thing. The thing that always makes me laugh about that kind of stuff is just like, do you honestly think, and I'm not saying there's going to be a third pass, I'm not saying that at all, because it does look pretty likely that this will be the end, but do you honestly think that Sakurai is going to blow a surprise like a bonus character coming to Smash by saying something in an interview like, "Oh, you know, we have our last 2 quotes characters coming. Hint, hint. Ha ha. I'm gonna ruin the shock." Like, no, he's not gonna fucking do that. He's not gonna spoil the fact that we could get a bonus character. The thing is Ultimate's DLC so far has been, well, actually, really honestly, Ultimate itself has just been time and time again a hype ass shocker. Like, in terms of an announcement, whether it be everyone is here, or, you know, and the thing is we went through these stages with every stage of Smash speculation. First, it was, oh, we're getting everyone is here, and we're getting all these extra characters now. You know, people didn't think there was going to be DLC, and that's the thing. Like, people like have like memories, like a goldfish to this shit. Like, everybody was thinking to themselves, oh, I don't think we're going to get DLC. I don't think we're going to get DLC. And, you know, and obviously we had DLC before for the Wii U one, so not everybody thought that. But a lot of people, you know, there were people that were like fervently saying that, oh, I don't think we're going to get DLC because of how big the roster is and all this shit. And what happened? We get DLC. So then it goes from, we're getting DLC to, you know, oh, well, I think this is it. We're only going to get 1 pass. I don't think they're going to do another one. I don't think they're going to do more DLC. What happens? They do more DLC, and everyone's like, whoa! Like, you know, everyone's shocked, even though people expected something like that, and yet didn't expect something like that. So now we're to the point of where, well, this pass is going to end. I think this is it. We're not going to get anything else. That's it, dude. The final surprise. Like, you get one last surprise to hit everybody with, and then you can hit them with the finality that it's over. Like, this is it. This is for 100% sure the last character. We're not doing any more than this. Here's your surprise shock character. Boom. They give us 1 bonus character to go at the very end of the pass as like a thank you to everybody who bought the DLC. And it's just like, whoever you want to say it is. Now, like, the thing with Lloyd is, my opinion with Lloyd is, like, I feel like I have this gut, and I have nothing against Lloyd. I like the character. It's the only Tales of game I ever played, actually, was Symphonia. I never played any of the other ones. So, the thing with Lloyd is, I just have this gut feeling that he's going to be like the Geno situation, where everybody expects him because things are looking good. His Mii costume hasn't shown up yet. You know, we would have seen it by now, and then they're going to hit you with his Mii costume. And you're going to be like, well, fuck.
And maybe, hold on. Maybe we will get Klonoa, and then we get Lloyd as a Mii costume.
Klonoa would be interesting. I wouldn't mind that. It'd be cool to see that as a platforming character. But then all the Rayman fans would be like seething, like, no, I wanted my obscure platforming character, no. Sorry to all the Rayman fans, by the way. I have nothing against it. I think it's funny how, because like there's a decent chunk of people who want Klonoa, and it's kind of funny to see, like, just it'd be funny to see that happen.
Oh no, dude, I want both. I want Crash, I want Spyro, I want Rayman, I want Klonoa.
I don't like Rayman all that much, but I'd be happy if you made it in.
I like Rayman.
Yeah, we have actually someone asked about Rayman if we think we'll see him at E3, and I personally don't think he will be, but I mean, we definitely, weird things have happened.
Yeah. Rayman is the heartbreaker, dude. He's the heartbreaker character. Like, I feel like he's so close every time, and he just misses it. And I can't explain why that happens, but they just constantly look him over, and I don't understand why.
Yeah. I feel like Rayman's a character that would be like Smash 6 or whatever the next Smash game is, like base roster for that game. Like, imagine it'd be, I feel like if we got any more characters, it'd be like a couple new Nintendo IPs, maybe, I don't know, like maybe like the bot from the game creation character game, whatever. Maybe we'll see like another character from a new IP for Nintendo. Maybe I still think Springman's a lock for the next Smash game. I think he'll be like Chrom, where he'll make it, and because people wanted him. It's like an Echo or something like that if they do get Echoes back. But I think Rayman and Shantae are 2 characters I could totally see as like base game for Smash, the next Smash, and that'll be in like 10 years. So I'm not even thinking about that right now.
Oh yeah, the next Smash is so far away.
Yeah, though I don't know. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, they're like Smash is never gonna like." I don't know. I feel like the next Smash just might
No,
just may
we'll
not
get
may
Smash
not be-
6.
I think it'll just be built on Smash Ultimate, and that's honestly the best thing they could do. I don't know why they would get. I mean, I get like imagine if they did that, but then took all of the characters' movesets that have been old from like Melee beforehand and redo all that. Honestly,
Exactly.
there you go. That's a good character. DK needs more Donkey Kong Country inspired moves. They should be able to do more
You
than
need the
just
barrel for fuck's sake.
yeah. Allow him to throw a barrel. Imagine his up smash is like actually jumping into a barrel or a rocket barrel or something like that, or maybe something. But that isn't just monkey. Like we need more than just monkey. We need
Yeah.
some actual stuff. Like,
More than his
King
made
K.
up ass moveset that he doesn't even do in any of the games.
Dude, King K. Rool's moveset is literally how probably 75% of people who wanted King K. Rool imagined it being. It was the crown throw, the what do you call it? The blunderbuss, his up smash being the backpack from DKC3. It's literally what everyone imagined. So give that to DK. Honestly, like there's some characters that don't need changes. Ness, Lucas are fine. I don't think they need changes because they're pretty much exactly that's the best thing you could do for them. Maybe giving like an HP bar. Sorry, was it PP or whatever they call it at Earthbound. But with PP bar or whatever. But with what is it? With like DK, I think he could definitely get some new stuff. I think just giving him and more echoes too. Give us Funky Kong, man. I want Funky Kong in Smash.
I want Funky Kong and Dixie Kong.
Yeah.
This echoes make a lot of sense, and again, if we're talking about like a third Fighters Pass, I feel like Sakurai could return later down the line, or a new developer, and they can make an Echo Pass. They could even do some kind of like Smash Ballad, because for Echoes, it's simple. You just say, who do you want? Whose moveset do you want over another character? You say the character you want to paste a moveset over, and there you go. They just gotta make a new model, voice clips.
Yeah.
They don't even have to add a stage or music tracks.
I guarantee we would see like a lot of people with I feel like Dixie Kong would probably win that poll if they would do their ballot. If you're saying, I could totally.
I feel like
that.
Nintendo could get in.
Yeah, Nintendo and Dixie would definitely be kind of top
Metal
tier there.
Sonic. Maybe assist trophies can get a second chance. Like Shadow could get in, finally.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight.
I got honestly an Echo Pass would be great. I'd love to see an Echo Pass.
That would be cool. I agree. I know that the Echo Pass is controversial with some people. There's a lot of people out there that think they wouldn't want to spend money on Echo Fighters. Like I've had that conversation with other people, and they don't think that they wouldn't want an Echo only pass. Like if they were peppered in with original characters, they're cool with that. But I have talked to quite a few people where they think that an Echo only pass would be messed up in terms of like you having to pay for these. So I guess it could be a little controversial for an Echo only Fighters Pass. I wouldn't care. I mean, especially if it was cheaper, I do think it should be discounted. Like I wouldn't want to pay as much as I pay for the original fighters.
Yeah. I mean, we have Street Fighter selling character costumes for $3 each. I think Nintendo selling an Echo Pass would be not that controversial as long as you give some actual stuff. Like, imagine an Echo Pass that gives you 2 songs per character for the franchise represented, or maybe 3 songs additionally with the character yourself. Like, let's say Echo Pass comes with 5 Echoes, and you get Nintendo, Dixie, Metal Sonic. I don't know, maybe like Shovel Knight's kind of considered an Echo, and he goes over like Young Link or Toon Link or something like that. I don't know. That sounds dumb.
I actually have.
And then
Pretty
we
sure I
get,
have a list of Echoes that I want too.
and
I
then
swear to God, I made a list.
Yeah, pull it up. It'd be kind of fun to discuss this. But and
I don't
imagine
actually
this.
remember.
Like example for Dixie Kong, you get like maybe Forest Interlude and Hothead Bop as new songs for her, and then maybe for Metal Sonic you get Stardust Speedway, Bad Future, Present, and then Bad Future for the U.S. and Japanese soundtrack. There you go, like 2 songs that you would get. And honestly, I don't mind that. Like as long as you get actual content along with the echoes, cool. I would pay for that. I would love to have new stuff. Maybe
Oh yeah,
have, like,
totally.
Yeah, it's like Smash is the game. I would legit pay money.
Boshi. I finally remembered. Yeah, Boshi's one of my most wanted Echo Fighters specifically.
Oh, dude, I'd love to see it, but we'd have to get fucking Super Mario RPG anything in Smash first.
Yeah.
I feel like sorry, voice crack. I feel like Square would be up for Echoes too. They could maybe they could maybe put Zack as an echo of Cloud. It wouldn't
surprised they
make the
didn't do
most
that.
sense, but
Zack makes a lot of sense as Echo. I'm surprised they didn't do that.
they could easily do it.
That's the problem. Like, Echoes weren't properly handled. We got, like, what, 6 of them, 5 of them, and that's all we got? We need more. We need, like, maybe it's like, everyone's like, oh, but you're asking too much. It's like, dude, we could easily get some new Echoes that don't cost that much to make or to produce.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, hell, Sakurai doesn't even need to be involved at that point. Like, what if he stopped working on Smash, but they just had the Smash team work on them?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Echoes are completely out of the question. Even if Sakurai's involvement is done with Smash, I do think that there. I mean, come on. There are people out there who can be as qualified as he is to work on Smash. Like, don't get me wrong. Sakurai is, he's a genius when it comes to making these movesets and making these characters. I'm not taking anything away from the man. He works hard. He's a really good game developer. He's one of the best, obviously, in the industry. Super, super respectable. I know a lot of people like to hate on him because they don't get particular character that they want, but I mean, you can't deny the work that the man puts into the game. But with that being said, I mean, we're talking about a game series that fans have done mods for and have made workable characters that play almost as good as actual existing characters. Like, there are people out there who can be just as creative, and I am sure that they have people on that Smash team that are more than capable of making an Echo fighter for a character and could continue doing this beyond Sakurai's tenure working on Ultimate. Now, whether or not that happens, I would say it's probably more of a not gonna happen than it is a is gonna happen. But at most, I do see us getting. I can see the bonus fighter thing. I can see that, regardless of what I feel the final 2 characters are going to be. I can definitely see them announcing a third bonus character. I agree with Waluigi. I do think Waluigi makes sense. The only thing that I will say about Waluigi, though, and I know that they constantly are breaking fan rules with Ultimate, but the only rule that we have yet to see surpassed is the assist trophy becoming a playable fighter. That's the only thing. I just have a hard time feeling like they're gonna that they're going to do that. I feel like if the character got in as an assist trophy, I feel like that was their chance, and that's it. Even though Waluigi's super, super popular, and I do think he deserves to be in Smash, I just don't see them reversing that, even for him. If they give it to anybody, it's going to be a character that isn't in the game or is in the game in some other capacity that is not in a model form, like as an assist trophy or what have you. So, for me, if we're going to get a bonus character, I think it's going to be either Porky, because I think he fits too well, and I absolutely can see him being the bonus fighter. I could see it being... I don't know how I feel about it being a third party. I think it would be like a first party character if we're going to get the bonus character. Dixie Kong is a character I could see, especially if Nintendo is trying to do any kind of push for anything Donkey Kong related, like at all. If we do get any 40th anniversary special stuff, I could see them doing Dixie. And I could honestly, if they do Dixie as a bonus DLC fighter, I could actually see her being... I don't think she would be an Echo. I honestly think she could be original, and they may do something like partnering her with Kiddy Kong or something like that. Like, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Especially if they're really trying to celebrate Donkey Kong. But, I don't want to say that over a lot of other stuff, because we also have Zelda and Pokemon, and I know a lot of people are thinking, well, we should get a Zelda character for the celebration. We should get a Pokemon character. I mean, do I think we're going to get a Donkey Kong character over any of that? No. Not at all, but... Because, we could just as easily get a bonus character like Impa or Piggy Ganon from Zelda, which I would love that personally. But another bonus character that I could see, and I know this one's probably going to get a lot of people to roll their eyes, but it's a possibility, and you and I have talked about this level, so that my mind is at this point. If they do a bonus DLC fighter, I honestly could see it. I would not be shocked if it was Geno. And I know, like, people are going to be like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Stop with the Geno shit. He's dead and gone. I get that. But the whole Mii costume thing was so suspect for me. The fact that they didn't give him a premium Mii costume just still doesn't sit well with me. And I just have this weird feeling that if they do a bonus DLC fighter, it could very well be him. Because that would be the big shock, right? That would be the big fucking surprise. Like,
Yeah.
you think you're done with DLC and we release this shitty Mii costume for this character? Well, oh, there's one more thing. They pull the one more thing, dude. And the fucking screen goes dark and you hear fucking Beware the Forest Mushrooms and that motherfucker comes whirling out onto the screen. And you know people would be losing their fucking mind. Like that.
Yeah.
If that's how you ended Ultimate, that's how you finish it, especially if you put in some blockbuster character like Crash or Master Chief or any of them, and then you end it with a DLC fighter and it's Geno, the character that people thought was fucking dead. Oh, that's it.
Awesome.
Nobody would complain about Ultimate's DLC ending. No one. That's you've done it. Like, even if we don't get Waluigi, I think so many people would be satisfied at that point. And I mean, I know there's a lot of Geno haters out there who would be like, whatever, dude. It would be hype. A lot of people would be excited. And that, to me, would be like the perfect closing to Ultimate's DLC, like right there. And I'm not even a Geno fan. That's the thing. Like, I like him, but I don't love Geno. He's not my favorite character.
I definitely.
I actually have a pretty. Oh, sorry. You go.
Oh, I was gonna say, to kind of jump on what Joe was saying. First off, 100% agree. They could do this without Sakurai. Smash is such a moneymaker. They make a butt ton of money through Smash, just from like hearing their financials and during when they release like those like public statements, whatever. Like, why would they let that go? Nintendo loves money. Nintendo, like, I think every company loves money. Why wouldn't they just? Why not? Why not make more DLC without Sakurai? I think as long as they have a good game plan for what they're gonna do and kind of able to replicate with style, I could love to see that. Yeah, but I think what I would love, what I think people are sleeping on, it makes you think it could happen. I don't want to say this is just a very crazy theory, but what if one of the final characters is an Undertale character? You know, before you say anything, yes, I know it's stupid. I know we already got Sans, but Sans is probably one of the most. We don't know if financials on specifically just that, but holy crap, that is like a huge character. Like, anything from Undertale would get people just going insane for it. And I think they could easily add in, they could easily add in some stuff for Undertale, but they could have the entire soundtrack remix. People would love that. So, I don't know. I would love to see like Undertale character in Smash, and it could work really well.
So I actually have it sounds kind of negative about Geno, but like, I've basically lost all hope for the guy. He still is my most wanted character in Smash. It goes Rayman, Dixie Kong, and then Geno. He's been my most wanted for like years. I love this character. I even have this massive like plushie of him because I just love this character so much. I love his design. I think his personality is pretty neat. While like it's really dull, I think it still holds up. Like, he's not the most interesting character, like from a standpoint from like someone who hasn't played Super Mario RPG, then he seems like a very boring character. Me personally, I do like Mallow more, but design wise, I'm way more of a massive Geno fan. But for Smash, I feel like it's Square. It seems like it's a mix between Nintendo and Square, not Sakurai. I think it's Nintendo and Square, because Geno make nothing compared to like Steve, Sephiroth, like compared to sales. Like sales wise, he would tank. He would not sell as well. Because I hate to say it, Because again, I have such a bias for Geno, but he's not like an icon. He's just, I don't want to say it, but he's a nobody. It hurts me to say, but he's a who?
He's a nobody in the grand scheme of gaming, but he's a somebody in Smash. That's the thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
He's
Banjo was
very
pretty much
prominent.
exactly the same way. I mean, Banjo was known by gamers, but was he really known by the general public?
But like Banjo's different though, because there could be a casual Smash fan, who like grew up in the '90s and played all the Banjo games, and they could like they have a copy of Smash Ultimate lying around. They haven't really touched it, but they see Banjo on the Fighters Pass, and they're like, yeah, I recognize him. I'll buy him. I played a lot of his games. But especially with how Super Mario RPG hasn't been re-released much, it all kind of ties into this. But if someone hasn't played Super Mario RPG in a really long time, and when I say a really long time, I mean like the very few times it was re-released, when the game was fresh in people's minds, and they never picked it up again and they're a casual gamer, they would not know who Geno is. They would be like, wait, this dude was in Super Mario RPG? I remember playing it, but I barely remember this guy. And then there's Square as well, because I feel like they wouldn't want this character in Smash. They would just rather have Sora, or fuck it, like more Final Fantasy characters. And then Nintendo, probably the same thing with Square, but different. It's just like money-wise, he would have a sad tale to tell.
Like the thing is there's characters that are in the DLC now that I feel like you could make the same argument for, and again, we got them. Really, there's characters that got into Ultimate generally that you can make the same argument for. I mean, let's face it, King K. Rool was not getting in without being voted in on the ballot. Like, if it wasn't for the Smash ballot, we wouldn't get him now in Ultimate, and Nintendo would have been none the wiser of how popular of a character that he is. Now, obviously that speaks to his popularity, but the thing is it was the Smash community that got him to that point, and that's similar to Geno. Like, K. Rool isn't really that recognized of a character outside of the Smash fandom because he hasn't been in a game in like 10 goddamn years. I have firsthand experience I work with a lot of younger people at my job, and I have talked about Donkey Kong Country on multiple occasions, and every single one of these younger kids that I work with have no fucking clue who King K. Rool is. They have no idea. They're like, who is that? I'm like, the big fat crocodile king from Donkey Kong? They're like, oh, the Smash Brothers guy. Yeah, the Smash Brothers guy. Yeah, exactly. They don't know who he is because he hasn't been in a game in so long, and yet the community got him into the game because it was the community for Smash that was important, not necessarily like the general public. He became bigger to the general public because of Smash. The thing is Ridley's the same way. Metroid is kind of a niche series within Nintendo fandom anyway. So Ridley isn't really that well recognized outside of the Smash fandom. The Smash fandom, Ridley is huge. Literally. But outside of Smash, Ridley isn't really that widely recognized as a villain. Like, if I was to hold up a picture of Ridley and hold up a picture of Bowser, people are going to be like, who the fuck's the purple dragon thing? Like, I'm sure there's going to be people that know. But if they're not familiar with Nintendo like we are, they have no clue who that is. And the thing is you can make that argument for Terry. Like, Terry is not a very popular character. I mean, I don't know about Japan, so I can't comment on that. But in the United States, I mean, unless you were born in the 90s and grew up playing Neo Geo or played games in the arcade like I did, you have no clue who the hell Terry is. No idea who he is at all. And it's just like, he was a weird character. A lot of people were just like, wow, like nobody really expected Terry. I mean, the only reason why we expected him was because he leaked, because of the SNK leak. But like, he's similar to Geno in the regard of, he is a character that not a lot of people recognize, but he still made it into the DLC. And Banjo can be said the same thing, and You know, honestly, I mean, look at what's their name, Pyra and Mithra. Like, Xenoblade is a popular game amongst a niche fandom of the Nintendo fandom. But in the general gaming audience, and I would say a broad stroke of the Smash audience, are probably only familiar with those characters due to Smash Brothers. Like, I can tell you from my personal experience that I've only ever played one Xenoblade game, and that was Chronicles X on the Wii U. That was the only game I ever played. I didn't play the first one on the Wii with Shulk, so I didn't know who the hell Shulk was until he got in Smash. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't even know who the hell they are, and I think that's for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know who the hell Pyra and Mithra are unless they played the new Xenoblade game. Like, Geno is in the same boat as those kinds of characters. Like, he is a niche character in a niche audience in the Smash Brothers community. But if you are in the Smash community, you recognize this character because he has been wanted for so long. So, like, I don't think that necessarily his popularity is affecting his shot of getting in. I agree with you that there are bigger characters that I'm sure Square wants to put in. Like Sora, I mean, obviously, we got Cloud, we got Sephiroth, we got the hero from Dragon Quest. There are bigger series that Square wants to get into Smash than Geno. Yeah, a character that hasn't been in a game in forever and all that kind of stuff. But because there are so many other characters that are comparable to him in terms of their overall impact and popularity, I don't think that those are the things that are keeping him out, necessarily. I think it really, what it more so comes down to is that every time Square Enix gets asked to put in a character, there's always a character that Square wants to market over Geno, but not necessarily because the fans don't, because they don't think it would sell. Because obviously Geno would sell. But Square, just wants to get their big IPs in there. I mean, they just want an excuse to get Final Fantasy in there and Dragon Quest. But I don't think that, that puts a nail in the coffin for Geno. Because the thing is now we've gotten to the point where how many more Square IPs do you have left that are really going to be that much more widely celebrated to get into Smash over Geno? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fans of Tomb Raider. But how many people are really asking for Lara Croft versus Geno? Not really that many. I mean, Sora is the next big character. But then you have the whole debate of Disney and all that kind of shit, which we're not going to get into that, because that's a whole other discussion. And it's been done to death. Everybody has their opinions on that. But he would be the next big character. So, do I think Sora is going to get into Smash? I don't know. I can't even say. Maybe he would be one of the last big ones. I mean, that's it, though. And if you discount the whole, you bring in the whole Disney thing with that as a negative, then that kind of disincludes him. Now, we've had some leaks that have straight up said, from people that were pretty trusted, that said Sora was on the table, but then he ain't happening because this, that, and the other thing got in the way. So, I mean, at that point, what characters do you have left? Chrono? Geno? I mean, out of those two, Geno's really the only one that a lot of people are asking for. I think him being a bonus fighter would actually alleviate, like, what you were saying, Funky, about, like, if there's a fear that he wouldn't sell well, if he's a bonus character, that really doesn't affect anything at that point.
Well,
He's there.
I feel like I have a bit of an argument against like the bonus fighter theory too, because if they sold it for free, because again, as I brought up, like sales, so if they didn't want to go through all that with Geno probably tanking compared to like most other characters, and he was free for the most part, I feel like they could have him be free for a few months like they did with Piranha Plant, and then price it back up. But this is like the bonus final fighter, and I feel like the bonus fighter is that if we do get sorry, I'm stuttering a lot, I can't speak right now. If we do get a bonus fighter, that's kind of that boosts Geno's chances a lot better. If we don't get a bonus fighter, I think Geno's still like not very likely whatsoever.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think Geno's going to be in the pass. I don't.
Yeah,
I think he's out.
I personally believe that if Geno gets in, it's gonna be a bonus fighter. Even that's pretty unlikely. I definitely agree with what you're saying, Joe. I think that there's some things that kind of prevent Geno, but also at the same time, like he's kind of the only Square Enix character left that people are super into still. Like we have, I would love Chrono from Chrono Trigger. I love music from Chrono Trigger. It'd be cool to see him, but I definitely think. I think if we're gonna get any other Square Enix character in Smash at this point, it'll be Geno. But again, we said that about last time, and look where we're at.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. I think that in terms of what you were saying, Funky, about him tanking, I don't think that's the case. I mean, first off, I feel like most people don't buy characters individually; they just buy the pass. So it kind of alleviates the idea of it tanking. Like oh, there's more people going to buy the pass anyways, and I think Steve is probably what sold the pass for a lot of people. We were like, oh, Steve, I want Steve. He's a huge character, and I think Master Chief or whoever the last huge character will be the one to kind of seal the deal on people who want the Smash, who don't own Fighter Pass 2. And I think if we do get a bonus fighter, it'll be for people who own both Fighter Passes, and I think that'll be like a big fan request or something like Waluigi or Geno. So I don't think him tanking really matters all that much. I definitely think that there's stuff that's holding him back, but I think including him as like a free bonus if you own both Fighter Passes could work.
Well, I think, again, because I think when Geno got deconfirmed, I started becoming the biggest, the biggest pessimist ever. I'm like, dude, Geno's never gonna get in. He's not gonna get. Because I'm thinking, okay, next Smash game they're gonna put like fucking Tifa or Tubi or Chrono. I would actually be really hyped for Chrono or Black Mage or Lara Croft.
Black Mage would be cool.
Yeah, Black Mage would be pretty cool. But they could put or more Final Fantasy characters. There's so many games, so many characters spanning across, and I don't know. It makes me kind of like sad because I think they have so many characters that Square would they definitely have ahead for Geno. And me personally, I think they weren't even considering Geno when they were thinking of fighters for Fighters Pass 2 and Fighters Pass 1. I don't even think they were considering Geno. I feel like they just looked at Geno and they said, no, this flat out no, onto the next character, and then they said Sephiroth, and they're like, yeah, let's put that guy in. I like that idea, Nintendo. Ooh.
One thing I will say is, go on.
I feel like Nintendo may have chosen Sephiroth because they wanted more Final Fantasy content, and we didn't get that in base Smash Ultimate. So I feel like that might have been the case where Sakurai was like, "Well, crap, they didn't get anything," and Square wanted to sell. Square really wanted to sell Cloud as DLC again, and that was kind of the whole deal. So getting him as DLC was kind of an apology to get some more music and stuff from Final Fantasy. But I don't know. I don't think Geno was ever discussed, but I think he definitely was just passed up for another opportunity instead.
I definitely think Geno came up in conversation. There's no way. I mean, he's so popular with the community. I feel like somebody at Square or Nintendo mentioned his name. But yeah, there was characters that were probably higher on the priority scale than him, so he got passed over. But I don't think that necessarily he didn't get brought into the discussion. I definitely think that his name came up in some way, shape, or form. But one thing I will say, not that we have that I have this humongous audience that I need to get this out to, but anybody that does watch this or listens or whatever that is a Geno fan, and I know that I don't speak for every Geno fan because I know a lot of them really are passionate about him and wanting him in Smash and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I think the Geno fan base needs to take a page out of the King K. Rool fan base book, and they need to never stop Geno's name getting put out there. They have to push and push and push. Like, don't just ask for Geno for one thing. Ask for Geno for everything, dude. Like, just campaign. Get him out there. So that way Nintendo and Square can see that this character is important to people, and not necessarily even get him in Smash, but get him in a new goddamn game, like something.
I want Geno in Mario Kart. I want to race as the Puppet Boyo.
Yeah, like Geno fans. I think the problem that I see with a lot of Geno fans out there is that they give up too easily because he gets passed over. But the thing is like, you can't give up. You got to keep pushing. Like, just keep campaigning, keep asking, keep requesting him one way or another, so that way Square and Nintendo constantly hear this character's name. Because if they hear it enough, eventually, someday, we'll get something. Whether that be him in a new game, you know, like a cameo or something, or whether he actually gets in Smash, whatever. But I think that the Geno fans need to, like, rally and just stick behind him, even more so than they already do. Like, just keep pushing. Because, you know, I mean, obviously people really love this character and he keeps getting passed over, so I just think the fans just need to keep being loud about it.
I think the reason why a lot of Geno fans, like, are giving up hope is because, like, Smash Ultimate was we kind of needed Smash Ultimate, because the more and more, the older and older Super Mario RPG gets, and the more Smash evolves over time. I mean, Rayman used to be requested so much back in the day, but now he's a lot, like, sorry, I can't speak. He's nowhere near as talked about as he used to be. Along with I don't see Shantae talked about as much as, like, the early days of Ultimate. Same with, like, all the assist trophy deconfirmations, like Skull Kid, Waluigi, Isaac. They don't get talked about anymore. But for Geno, again, he has the weirdest story of all, because it's similar, but the similarities are, like, the differences are so far from the similarities that he feels completely different. Because a lot of toxicity has been going towards Geno fans. Like, I remember after Geno got deconfirmed, people were getting cyberboy left and right for wanting Geno. Like a lot of people were going out of their way just to harass the Geno fans because they were speaking louder. Because, you know, they did the King K. Rool strategy and they tried their hardest, and yet people were like, "Oh, you guys are so toxic. You guys never shut the fuck up. You guys are always this." I can't like think of any other way to kind of get my point across. But basically, a lot of hate because they think. Because I don't know, because the Smash Ballad was the hope for Ridley and King K. Rool. But for Geno, however, he did have the Smash Ballad, but there's no more Smash Ballads. So the best people have is to spam Sakurai's Twitter with, "Hey, you see this guy right here? You should add him."
It's so funny because I love seeing. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm gonna drop a hot take here. I personally think the heavy from Team Fortress 2 for Smash movement on Twitter is incredibly toxic, and I think I've seen more toxic heavy fans than I have seen Geno fans, in my opinion.
Dude,
because
Geno fans are so nice.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen like a couple toxic Geno fans, but they're always people who are like immediately getting dunked on for being that way. Geno fans are just like, "Hey, be kind of cool to see Geno. No worries if you don't like him. That's it." And I feel like heavy fans are like, "Oh, Heavy's 100% confirmed. You don't think Heavy's being Smash? You're stupid."
Most iconic video game character ever.
I'm like Heavy? I'm like, no. I'm like, straight up, if they're gonna choose a Valve rep, it's not gonna be Heavy. It's gonna either be Chell or freaking Gordon Freeman. Who chooses Heavy out of all freaking Valve characters? It's so dumb. And second off, like, seriously, like, Half-Life Alyx just came out. If they don't put Gordon Freeman, or even just, they put Alex, they could put Alex Vance in that, it could work too. Chell is a hugely straight up, Portal is more iconic than Valve themselves. Portal would be Nintendo's choice, in my personal opinion. Nintendo wouldn't go after Team Fortress 2, a game that's been dead for so many years. It's been outclassed by games like Overwatch, Valorant, even freaking Counter-Strike takes it over in terms of popularity these days. And again, I love Team Fortress 2 back in the day. It was my jam. I just missed it. I miss Team Fortress 2, but it's not the same game now. Heavy ain't coming, I'm sorry. That is the one character I'm confident. He ain't coming.
I think Heavy... honestly, I think and obviously not every Heavy fan, but
Yeah,
I think that his movement was spurned from a lot of memes.
yeah. A lot of people definitely agree with that.
So I think a lot of people did it for the memes kind of thing, and like then they hooked into it. So
Yeah.
I think
I don't
that's
know,
why his fan base kind of tends to be that way sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen people like legit actually say Heavy's like actually like likely, and that's where I'm like I take offense. I don't think we could, and also like as a Valve guy, I would prefer like honestly I think Celebi has such a cooler moveset. Like imagine being able to use portals around the stage, like being able to like portal around and do stuff like that. That'd be like so much fun. Or Gordon Freeman using the gravity gun and just like smash attacks could use the crowbar. It'd be perfect. But I don't think Heavy would make it in. I don't like to say characters are unlikely, and at the end of the day, you can like who you like. Again, I want like I once said, like you can like who you like because I want Diva from Overwatch and Smash, and I have no say. And as soon as I say that, everyone's like, yeah, you have no say in the Smash, and who should be in Smash because, yeah, everyone thinks it's an awful character.
Well, yeah. Well, Overwatch also has that kind of like,
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Fortnite discussion with Smash. Like, it's like people get kind of overly offended at the idea of a Overwatch or a Fortnite character.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think for me at least, like, let's just say Heavy does make it into Smash, I'm not gonna be angry. Like at the end of the day, that's a cool character that would be okay with. I mean, I would prefer like Scout or even like Sniper or something like that over Heavy. I think Heavy's a boring character in my opinion, but I don't know. Like Overwatch, I think for me, I look at Overwatch not as like a likely character. I think Overwatch is one of the most unlikely character reps to series to rep in general. I think Overwatch is more likely to get spirits or a Mii costume than it is getting a character. But I see like the moveset potential. Like imagine Diva being able to jump in and out of her mech, or maybe she takes enough damage and jumps out of her mech like a reverse Lucario, where she becomes way more weaker as the more damage she takes. But like she's a tank, like a huge brute at the beginning of the match. I mean, it's such a cool character design. Like imagine being able to kind of work around that and like using it to your advantage, where you can like in team battles be like basically kind of brute force your way through a stock of a teammate.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
she definitely could have a unique moveset. I'm not as familiar with a lot of Overwatch characters just because I only played it a little bit. But definitely. I mean, you could do so many cool things with... Honestly, I think that's the one character that a lot of people want to see, like a shooter rep character.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that you can do with different characters from shooting games. I understand that usually they just shoot, but there's plenty of cool gimmicks
Yeah.
that you can apply to them, and that's why people want to see Doomslayer or Master Chief or
Yeah.
an Overwatch character or Heavy or whoever. Like, you can apply any
exactly.
shooter character.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's why I'm like at the end of the day, if Heavy becomes the shooter rep, cool. We get a shooter game character, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. It means it opens the door to more characters like it.
And it's not
so-
like that was never on the table before. I mean, Sakurai considered putting fucking 007 GoldenEye into Smash 64 or Melee or whichever one. So
Yeah.
if he was willing to put a character that was in a shooting game that long ago into Smash, I'm definitely certain that a shooter character is on the table now. It's not really a question of if, it's more of a question of when we get one at this point.
Yeah, 100%. We got someone asking a question, so I'll relay it to us. Hey Joe, I have something to tell you. Some dude in the Discord said that Crash Bandicoot and Rayman were kids characters, and they want anime characters instead. What are your thoughts?
Kid characters. What?
I guess I'm a child then, because I'm totally okay with either of those characters.
I'm honestly a little confused by that notion, to be completely honest with you, because technically, I mean, what makes an anime character any different from a kid's character? What? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, if anything, it would be the opposite now, I think, because characters like Crash and Rayman are usually wanted by older fans, because we grew up with those characters and we're the main bulk of the fan base that wants to see them, and it's the more anime type characters that a lot of like the kids want nowadays, that at least in my personal experience anyway. I mean, I don't think either of those characters, be it an anime character or a what do they call them? Scrimblow Bimblow or whatever. Like they like to call the platformer cartoon characters.
Dude, Scrimbo the McLovable.
I don't think
Dude,
either of those characters are deserved to be called children's characters.
One of my buddies called Klonoa that, and I was like, dude, you watch your mouth.
Bet you watch Attack on Titan. I'm kidding.
I mean, everybody has their preferences. I don't think anybody is necessarily more of a child to ask for one character over another. So, I think that's kind of a very shallow view to have. Like, oh, I don't want Crash and Rayman because those are children's characters. Give me my adult, very grown-up, mature anime characters. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Because I wasn't like 5 when I started watching Dragon Ball Z. Like, come on now.
Yeah, and I mean, like, in terms of, like, anime characters, like, I feel like maybe you can try to make an argument about, like, anime sword fighters and anime characters in general. Like, I wouldn't mind getting, like, more anime characters as long as they're unique. Like, at the end of the day, people get upset at, like, characters like Pyra and Mithra or Byleth, not because they're anime characters, because they just play so similarly to each other. Like, yeah, Pyra and Mithra are definitely unique characters. Like, switching between each other are nice, and they definitely work. Except that's all they do. It's like they're sword characters at the end of the day, and they tend just to be kind of similar, even if they're not. So, like, imagine if we got like other like anime characters that are more focused on like other weapons and stuff like that. People would be more accepting of that. It's the reason why people were okay with Terry, even though he's a fighting character, because he plays a lot differently than Ryu or Ken. Same with Ness. Like Ness and Lucas, they're from the same game series, but they tend to play a little different. So, I don't know. I definitely think we are okay with stuff. I would highly disagree with you, by the way. He said that the only anime that's good is Naruto. Watch Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third is amazing. It's one of my favorite animes.
I love Lupin the Third.
Dude, Lupin the Third, like, I straight up was saying this. Like when they were making that, like, was it a Shonen Wars, where the Shonen Jump game was?
That really mediocre shonen fighting game. Yeah.
If they were gonna do, they should. I know it's not shonen, but they should have put in Lupin. We gotta get Lupin in some more games. He needs to cross over.
Oh man, dude, there's so many anime. Like, just to kind of like sidebar a little bit here, not so we don't get too far off. But like, I like anime. So my thing with anime is just like I like certain anime and manga, but I'm very specific in the ones that I like. I can't just sit and watch any anime or any manga. And there's a lot that I have not seen that a lot of people are like, how have you never watched that? Because I have no interest. Like, I've never watched Attack on Titan. I've never watched Naruto. I've never watched Death Note. I've never watched any of that shit because I just generally don't have an interest. Now, I'm not saying they're bad. I just never had the drive to sit down and actually watch them. I'm sure that if I gave them a chance, I'd probably like some of them. Though Naruto, I have tried a couple times, and I couldn't get into it. But like that being said, there's a lot of anime and manga that I really do like. A lot of it's older stuff. Like I love Dragon Ball Z. I love Lupin the Third. I love Berserk. I love Guyver, which is probably one of the most obscure manga and anime ever, and nobody's ever heard of it, but I fucking love it. I mean, I love Gundam. There's a lot, actually, that I really do enjoy. So I do like anime, but I'm just not a general anime person. Like, I'm a much bigger comic book fan than I am, like, a manga anime fan. Like, I mean, like, I've read, like, a lot of DC and Marvel and all kinds of shit like that, more than manga. But I like all of it, you know what I mean? Like, I love all of it. So I'm not against those style of characters getting into Smash. I like a lot of them almost as much as I like my more animated platforming characters. Like, I like all of that stuff, though I will say that I can understand where people are getting tired of the anime aesthetic because a lot of characters in the DLC are humanoid anime style characters. I mean, we got Hero, Terry, Sephiroth, Pyra and Mithra. I mean, even Min Min to a degree is kind of like a very humanoid anime style character. Joker. So like I can understand where people want to see more of the goofy Banjo cartoony type characters. Like, people want to see Crash and Rayman and Spyro and all that stuff, and I agree, because those are characters that I love the designs and stuff like that. But I like all of it, I don't necessarily want to shame someone for liking one over the other. So, like, I definitely, going back to the original thing, where people are like, oh, I don't want these children's characters in my Smash game. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but look at half the Smash roster. Look at them. I mean, we're talking about a Nintendo fighting game here. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Yoshi, Donkey Kong. Like, come on. They're all cartoony, goofy characters. That's what makes Smash fun. Don't gatekeep people and tell them, oh, this character's dumb. It's a children's character. Give me my, fucking anime character.
just wait until we get the was it like Ayumi or whatever from Tamacon Detective Club? We're gonna get her as the next Smash character. Everyone's gonna freak out about it.
Didn't Sakurai consider her anyway?
Yeah, in Melee, he was considering her. He's like, yeah, the West wouldn't know.
Oh,
now the
man.
West has the games, maybe we'll get her. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I would be 100% down for how crazy that character would be. So just imagine.
I would actually be pretty down. I am kind of killing for a new retro character. I wish we got like Balloon Fighter, Excite Biker, and base game, but we never got
Rider.
one.
Mach Rider.
Yeah, Mach Rider. Oh my god.
That would have been badass. I was so down for that.
We can get a Star Tropics character. That'd be cool.
Like, maybe it doesn't have to be specifically an NES character. It could be Game Boy, or even like from the arcade era. We could have gotten I can't think of anybody from the top, but I'm just gonna say Donkey Kong Jr. because like that's the first arcade character that I could think of from the top of my head. I'm not saying Donkey Kong Jr. I'm just using him as a template.
Well, you know what though? DK Jr. is not a bad idea because he would be an excuse for them to put a retro Donkey Kong moveset in the Smash.
It would be a double whammy because he would be both a retro character, and he would be a new Donkey Kong rep.
Like, imagine if they gave him like the barrels, and like his recovery is he could climb up the vine to get like like that. Dude, that would be awesome. That would actually be pretty sick.
There could be some good, there could be some good potential there. I would say I would be down for another retro character. He's got to pick someone that's interesting. Mike Jones from, someone said Fortnite. No, Mike Jones from Star Tropics would be kind of cool, especially since there's some good music there.
Dude, he's definitely one of the top retro characters I see. A lot of people like Mike Jones.
Yeah, I could see them maybe doing a Nestor from, Nintendo Power. He'd be a crazy inclusion.
If you're giving me like an old retro character, and we're not limited to just Nintendo, I am definitely gonna pick Bub and Bob from Bubble Bobble. Absolutely.
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
I would love to see Bub and Bob. I love Bubble Bobble.
Everyone's gonna call me crazy, but I don't care what anyone thinks. My opinion is my opinion. What if we got Captain N? Just because we got all the other Captain N characters. What if we got Captain N?
The Game Master, I'm down.
Game Master, yeah, we could get, because and they could give us costumes for every single character that was in Captain N. We can get like fabulous looking Simon Belmont.
Oh my
Mega
gosh,
Man that looks
goofy fucking
awful.
mountain climber Simon, and that really hideous Mega Man dude, where he was like absolutely horrendous, and he had that voice, that grating fucking like dude,
I'm Mega Man, let's go. Sorry, anyways.
And everything had to be like he said mega for everything. He's like, that's mega great. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be such a dumb character, but it'd be fun and funny. And like, you could have the zapper as like his move. And you could pull in some other stuff. Like, honestly, like everyone says they should make a good character for another accessory like character like they did for Rob, and he could be a great way of like representing different characters, different like Nintendo accessories like the zapper, the super scope. That kind of
he would be the honorary character to break the no fourth party character rule, since he was only a cartoon character.
I will say I'd be down for Tony Hawk still. Tony Hawk is a character I would literally be like 100% done with.
Dude.
Everyone calls me weird, but
Tony Hawk would bring one sick ass OST into Smash. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is OST is copyrighted. They'd have to like go through a bunch of hurdles to get that, or like maybe have to make new music.
Can you imagine you're fighting on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater stage and you're fighting to the Ace of Spades in Super Smash Brothers? That's just gonna blow people's minds.
Another idea is that what they do is they take songs previously existing in Smash and remix it in a ska, like ska 90s, like kind of music style, and call that a soundtrack, and then they could just do that instead. I'd be down for that. It'd be great.
Oh my
honestly,
goodness.
they'd have to get like, at least like one copyrighted song, and that would have to be "Pretending I'm Superman." That's like quintessential Tony Hawk song. Just imagine like, oh, I would like love that. Oh, Tony Hawk, and then maybe his gimmick is he constantly is moving because he's like on a skateboard, but like he can like pull a trick, and the higher the combo goes, like the higher the combo goes, the more damage he deals. So like he can like do a combo and like basically rack up the damage, and if you like land the combo on an opponent, like it will stack up the damage based off of what you got and just sends them flying. I just love that idea.
Tony Hawk's recovery move is that he just pulls out a half pipe out of his fucking pocket. And then just drops it. Then he just goes in and just launches up.
Yeah, it'd be like maybe he pulls like a full freaking half pipe. And he like goes down it and goes back up and like just jumps or something.
His forward B is he grinds a rail and just fucking bitch slaps you on the way.
You say that, but we also have freaking Incineroar using like bringing out like a part of the ring in the stage. So
that's true. Yeah, I mean,
totally about that.
Dude, where is it? Dude, someone out there needs to start drawing up that Tony Hawk Smash moveset.
Yeah,
let's go.
Like, straight up. Tony Hawk would be perfect. And
imagine if the movement gets big enough that Tony Hawk himself is like, let's do this. Get me in Smash.
Dude, would be great? They gotta have big head mode as one of the alternate costumes. Like, Tony Hawk is like a huge head. It'd be perfect. Come on. Give me Tony Hawk. Oh, man. We got someone asking, how bad would Crash Bandicoot break the internet if he got released or revealed?
I don't think he'd crash the internet, but I feel like it would.
Oh, you don't think he would crash the internet?
No.
Ooh.
No, dude, people would
so
go
that's
insane.
for the B-reel. Yeah, I think he would be I think he would be definitely hype. I think he would redeem a lot of people who didn't like the original thing, the original character, like the last couple characters that they weren't interested in. Steve will forever break the internet for the fact that it was so unexpected. Like,
I was
who the
expecting
heck?
a Pokemon.
Yeah, like literally, like I think I actually have my video. I should have posted somewhere of me like waiting, and I was like, I said it's gonna be Tracer because everyone was thinking it was either an Overwatch character based off of speculation. It was like a Tracer, Dixie Kong, or a Pokemon, and I was 100% expecting a Pokemon because I was like trying to set myself for disappointing because I knew it was gonna happen. And then suddenly, when I saw the blocks, I was like, no way! Like they're doing it. They're actually doing it. Steve is like a character that just is crazy, man. I still am in disbelief he's in this game.
Yeah, he was a wild addition.
And like the best part is like I am still sad we didn't get any Minecraft music. Like the fact they didn't include anything is really sad because they could have made some remixes for some Minecraft songs. Like they could have easily
gotten a Sweden remix.
Yeah, Sweden.
That's an iconic song right there.
Yeah, Sweden, Moog City. Even if they had
Twice on Venus.
Oh no,
That could actually be cool.
Wet Hands would have been amazing for a remix.
Oh my god, yeah, because because do you know what they could take for inspiration? They could take the Sticker Bush Symphony remix.
Yeah!
Because that felt more adventurous. You could turn Sweden into, you pace it up a bit, you use different instruments, you can make all of these Minecraft songs sound adventurous. While trying to keep a calming theme to it, too.
Honestly, they could have easily, like, people are like, oh, what, like, the original creator, like, of the music, like, owns it. Like, well, then just get, like, 1 or 2 songs and call it a day and pay him. People are more interested in the iconicness of Minecraft music. People still listen to Minecraft music and love it. Like,
look at the comments on the Minecraft music videos. It's all people quoting Winnie the Pooh, and they get sad because they miss Minecraft.
Yeah, like, straight
people
up.
love those songs.
Yeah, like, honestly, there's like a really good song. There's a really good remix of a Minecraft song. I'll post it in the Discord chat that you guys should listen to eventually. You don't have to listen to it now, but it's an amazing rendition of Wet Hands, and it really encapsulates what I would love to hear from like Minecraft music in the future. And who knows, maybe we'll get that in the next game if we get Steve back. I just want to see some. I just want to see like hear more music from Minecraft, and like Alpha would be a great track. Pig Step would be a great track. I've already said Moog City 2. They could do what do you call it? What's the other freaking song? I forget the song. But it's really good. I can remember it. It's popping on my freaking phone while we're looking at it. But yeah, like Minecraft music is is such a sad fact we never got it, and honestly, like that needs to be corrected eventually.
Yeah,
we don't get that.
It's the one big negative with Steve. Like, you know, like his everything would have been perfect for him had they had given us original Minecraft music. Like, hell, even if they didn't remix any of it and they just gave it to us just straight up in Smash, like you're just fighting to this like fucking
Garden of Hope and Forest of Hope in Smash. And here's the thing, they could have, because I completely forgot Garden of Hope, because they remixed that for Ultimate. They took that calming song and made it adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
So like the Minecraft music has no excuse.
Yeah.
They could have easily like, just imagine if we got like Sweden as like the remix. People have been going crazy. They could have even like put in the Caution and Crisis remix if they really wanted to. That's a great remix, and they wouldn't even have to do anything with it. And it's just Minecraft music is sad to not see in the game. Yeah. Like, I think that not seeing enough Tropical Freeze tracks and not getting anything from Donkey Kong Country 3 or a lot of Sonic CD songs what really just feels like a disappointment for Smash on Ultimate, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely a lot of good music out there that Smash still, you know, could throw in there. It's a shame that we didn't get a lot of that. The big one for me is Tropical Freeze had such good music, and it's a damn shame that they really didn't put barely any of it in there at all, if any.
Mm-hmm.
Put Mangrove Cove and then the 7th fucking Jungle Hijinks remix. We totally needed another one, man.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine
there was another remix in Smash 4.
We did,
and then they added two because I don't know if they added Tropical Freeze's Jungle Hijinks in Smash Ultimate or Smash 4.
They added in Smash 4.
So they add 3 because they had Jungle Hijinks from Returns as well.
I still find it crazy that out of all the songs we got from Donkey Kong Country, like the original like imported music, we got Ice Cave Chant from the original DKC. That's such a weird song to put in Smash. Like,
yeah, it is.
Not aquatic. If you're gonna put a slow song, put aquatic ambience, or even like from DKC 2. Hothead Bop would have been an amazing song to remix, and I honestly think they should have gone over that. But they should have done that or Forest Interlude over Snaky Shanty. And I love Snaky Shanty. I think it's a great song, but we should have gotten that as an original, like a port, and then we should have gotten, because I think I actually prefer the port than I do the remix, and I think more DKC2 music should have been remixed, but holy crap, that was it Crocodile Cacophony, whatever.
Cacophony? Oh yeah,
Cacophony,
dude. Incredible.
That is like, oh, dude, at the end of that song, when the K Rool Returns kicks in, I had tears in my eyes when I first heard that. I was like, no way!
Yeah, it was incredible. That's the thing, I was not expecting that song, like, to get in, because I thought, they won't do it because they'll just focus on Gangplank Galleon, because that's like his most iconic theme song.
Yeah.
The fact that they put that in there, I was like losing my mind. I was like, dude, my favorite K Rool song. And the fact that they remixed in the fucking title theme to Donkey Kong Country 2. I was like, dude, this is absolutely incredible.
That's what I would love. Incredible. Like, give me a DKC2 remake with all the music styled like that. Dude, imagine. I hate being a DK fan because I get myself hyped up for something that I know is never going to happen.
Here's the thing. I have this sneaking feeling, I have this feeling that if at E3 they reveal the new Donkey Kong game and K. Rool really is in there, I just have this funny feeling that they are going to use that song somewhere in that trailer, because it's K. Rool Returns. That's literally the name of the song.
Yeah.
So like, dude, they're definitely gonna put that song in that trailer when he shows up. That's tears right there. Okay, that's
straight
me
up
crying. That's what that
I'm
is.
going to be. I don't think I'll be live streaming the event, but I will be at least keeping an audio recording on because I think the audio makes things the best. And if anything K. Rool gets announced, I will be crying. I am that
Yeah.
freaking livid about the stupid obese crocodile. He's like
Yeah.
my favorite Nintendo character.
I agree.
I loved him.
Me too.
Like seriously, dude. Like straight up. Oh, like. I just want to see him back, man. I want to see my crocodile back, and they can't just keep doing this to me where like they'll like bring back stupid like, what do you call it? Tiki's not needed. Snowbads, leave. We don't need you. Bring back the Kremlings. That's what we got. We're gonna keep saying this all night. Bring back the Kremlings.
That's all I want. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, I don't know. What was it like? What do you call it? Zippo. I think he mentioned a couple. I think he actually talked about like DK coming back, and we got. And I think he mentioned the Kremlings in his like post or blog, whatever. And then now, all the Sonic stuff came true. I don't know. Maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't really know leakers, not leakers, like insiders and all that stuff.
Oh no,
really.
Zippo was discredited.
I don't
A
know.
lot
I
of
actually
stuff could have been fake.
I honestly don't really pay attention to most people like that. I kind of just like listening to people talking about it, so I don't really have any connections either. But I don't know. It's
Joe and
interesting.
I did a live stream like a few months back. I think it was around January or February where we did talk about it. I don't know if you
Yes.
remember.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
We
remember.
did a bit of like a summary over it. So that was cool because we kind of knew for a while about all of it.
Yeah, it's funny because Donkey Kong is one of those games where the broad Nintendo community doesn't really talk about rumors for Donkey Kong because it seems like not a lot of people care that much about Donkey Kong. Like everybody hooks into like Metroid and Zelda and Mario and that's it. And you know, I know Metroid fans feel the same way, like not a lot of people care about Metroid, but like Metroid is slowly kind of like building up, especially with Prime 4. So like whenever Metroid rumors pop up, dude, like everybody jumps on that shit because they're like, "Oh, Metroid, because they know everyone wants to hear about Prime 4 and whatever. Donkey Kong, I feel like always gets pushed to the wayside. Always. The only time Donkey Kong really gets talked about is when some big ass leaker comes out and mentions Donkey Kong, and then every YouTuber on the face of the earth starts putting Donkey Kong videos out. Oh, a new Donkey Kong country. But like,
I remember a few weeks back, it was hectic, so much, dude.
yeah. And it's like, the thing is there were Donkey Kong rumors all the way back in the last year. In like
Since
November.
November of 2019, there was the first ever leak by, I forget his name, but he had the Detective Pikachu profile picture.
Oh, it's that
So
Marco Mallow guy or something like that. Marco Maro
Yeah.
or something. I don't remember his name. Some
Isn't
people
he the
say
dude-
he's bullshit though.
There was also, I forget who it was. It was Nathan. It was Nate Drake or something. That was the name of the leaker. Zippo was already discredited. I don't know. He was spreading a bunch of lies, but
Well,
he also said something about Donkey Kong all the way back around. I don't even remember, but I think it was somewhere around early 2020. I
yeah.
don't know how it all lines up because now that he's been like officially discredited, the timeline split because the timeline was the leaks started happening around late 2019 and then nobody paid attention until 2020. It started to pick up a little bit more because more 2020 it was also kind of a dead area. 2021 more people started mentioning it, and then May hit, and Zippo makes one leak, and everybody just goes nuts, and they're saying 3D Donkey Kong is confirmed, and they're also gonna set themselves up for disappointment because we're probably not gonna get 3D DK.
Well, we don't know yet. Honestly, we don't know yet. Because
still gonna be
everybody
excited.
else, Zippo was the only guy saying 2D. Everybody else has been saying they don't know. That they have no idea what it is, if it's going to be 2D or 3D. I know that the
Yeah.
Nate Drake guy is the first big leaker I saw that mentioned a Donkey Kong game was in development by Nintendo the internal development team. He was the first person that I saw say something. And then after he said something, then a lot of other leakers were kind of like, I don't want to say if they were piggybacking or not, because I don't know. I don't have inside sources.
It's so confusing.
Yeah, and I don't know any leakers, and nobody leaks any shit to me. my channel's not big enough for anybody to come to me and be like, "Hey Joe, guess what I heard?" No one cares.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the stuff just comes from like external like people. I mean, like I don't do anything with leaks or something. I'm just kind of like more like listening to what people are saying on Twitter and stuff. So
yeah,
it's kind of everyone on their server too. We kind of just like look at what randos on Twitter are saying. So just don't take us as like sources or anything like that, because we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess, but yeah, like honestly, I would agree with you. What you're saying, GLC, in the chat. He said like, don't trust leakers. A bunch of fake leakers are fake, and I would agree. Like a lot of people just want that clout. They want that like free attention, for that headspace, saying, well, I know what you got. I know I'm announcing this, and then it actually never happens. It's like at the end of the day, keep your expectations low. Like I want King K. Rool. I want him in a new Donkey Kong game. It doesn't happen, I'll be sad, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get like disappointed, because at the end of the day, Nintendo's might have different plans. But I don't know. It's like, and here's the thing though, there actually are like industries where like people actually intentionally do reveal stuff early. Like in Hollywood, people actually will reveal things earlier than expected to like garner interest. I'm not saying Nintendo does that. I actually think Nintendo does not do that. But I think it is interesting to kind of look at how it goes and how we get excited about stuff, the prospect of even happening, and how we can get disappointed almost immediately after. So I guess it kind of like showcases a lesson to say, don't trust leakers, don't put your faith in leakers, and I would say don't even give them attention. Like for me, like just go what I go is just, if you hear someone talking about them, cool, like then great, just don't give them the light of day.
Yeah, I mean,
I trust DK Vine like a lot more. Because didn't they say something right before King K, like right the day before King K Rool's revealed? They said like prepare for something big to happen tomorrow. And
I forget. It's been so long.
I remember this so vividly. So the night before King K Rool got announced, I was hanging around. I think some of like the boards and stuff. I think it was like the Smash boards for King K Rool and some other things. And I think Virgiben, some sort of like Smash guy, Smash source who was claiming to have stuff, said he had heard that there was gonna be no new DK reps, and I was like, oh man, I was so sad. And I mean, this is back when everyone thought that no Smash revealer could be wrong. They're like, oh, everyone has to have this info, and I mean, we were all later fooled anyways. So I remember going to the Smash Direct in August, thinking, dang, it sucks. We're not going to get King K. Rool. I actually have a picture. I have literally a screenshot of telling my friend asked if I was going to watch the Smash Direct, and I literally told him, yeah, but I don't think King K. Rool is going to make it in. I think his day is over. And then literally like an hour later, I'm screaming on my knees, crying. I'm like, how I did believe on him. I did believe in him, and suddenly here he is. I had no faith. So like that's the ultimate don't trust insiders, leakers, all that stuff, because at the end of the day, they're just looking for that attention. They're not trying to they're just trying to get there. The whole red eye thing, I don't think that was the case. I think that was literally just Sakurai being tired. And him just being tired about working on Smash. I think the red eye was just him having red eye. But it was interesting though, because like I don't know, like when I heard like the thump in the direct, that's when I knew it was gonna be something heavy related. But in the back of my mind, it was like, it has to be King K. Rool, and then it was. So
as soon as I saw like the day they revealed that. The minute they fucking showed the first montage of villains showing up on the screen, I literally looked at my television and I said, it's King K. Rool. It's fucking King K. Rool, dude. I literally just looked at my TV, both eyes glued to that bitch. I had this feeling, and as soon as it fucking went to Donkey Kong, I was screaming.
Yeah, like straight up, I had like that entire summer, I was obsessed with K. Rool being in Smash. Like at work, I'd be like humming Gangplank Galleon and thinking like what things they could do. I had like ideas for like the actual reveal trailers. I was like, maybe they could do, like be on a pirate ship and then like King Dedede commandeers it, and then suddenly King K. Rool comes out of nowhere. And I also had the idea of like all the villains attacking and then King K. Rool happening. So like, the fact they did the villains was such a cool idea, because I was like, that's exactly what I had thought was ever going to happen. So, like And straight up, it sounds really weird. I was just wearing, basically had a blanket over me, and I remember my mom walked in. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "10K rules in Smash. Do I look like I'm okay?" I was like crying. I was like so happy. So, and the best part is like that wasn't ruined by anyone. That wasn't revealed. That's why I don't like. That's why I have such a bitter. That's why I'm more negative again towards leaks, because like I prefer things to come out naturally. I like to be surprised, and being spoiled about Smash characters, that's the worst. Like, imagine if we, like, got spoiled that King K. Rool's in Smash during E3. That would have been awful. It would have made his reveal less impactful. It would have made us DK fans going through that summer excited for something hopeful. It would have made it, like, just less as fun. So, like, I prefer being surprised. And so I know when people are like, oh, Nintendo doesn't release news faster, but you know what? In my opinion, release it how fast you want. As long as we're getting new stuff eventually, I'm cool with that. And I want to see... I would rather be surprised. Like, if, like, straight up, if Master Chief got announced tonight, if like someone found super concrete info that Master Chief was gonna be in it, I would actually prefer it not to happen. I'd prefer to keep them themselves and we get that reveal. Because imagine how much of an earth-shattering announcement Master Chief would be, just to be shattered by some guy who finds info on it.
Oh,
I'd rather
dude.
have that be announced by Nintendo.
I'm telling you right now, okay, I have that feeling about Master Chief, and let me just tell you.
Me too. I know, me too. I want it. Oh, like, I don't know why. I feel like this is the best time for Master Chief. This is like the best time.
I do agree. I feel like that I agree with you. It is, and you know what I feel. This is how I feel it's going to go down. Okay, I honestly feel this is how it's going to go down. The Master Chief reveal, if they reveal him at E3. I feel like the trailer is going to be, you're going to get that Smash symbol, okay? You're going to probably see, like, you'll see some icons like Mario and all this kind of stuff doing whatever they're doing. And then, like, the first thing you're going to hear is you're going to hear the Halo choir. That's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear that. And they're going to fucking turn around, dude, and he's just going to be standing there. Like, dude, yeah. To return to the question of would Crash, like how much is Crash going to break the internet? Like, I think if Crash gets revealed for Smash, it's definitely going to be a big deal, no doubt in my mind. If Master Chief gets revealed for Super Smash Brothers, that shit is going to go absolutely bananas. People are going to lose their minds. He's one of the last characters I think people really think is that impossible character, because he has no association to Nintendo whatsoever. He's never been on a Nintendo platform. He is... You couldn't get any more... you couldn't get any more first-party Xbox. I mean, he's literally the poster boy of Xbox. He is the Mario of the Microsoft Xbox brand.
Yeah.
So, getting Chief in Smash would be so fucking crazy. Like, and I know, probably Japan probably wouldn't care that much. They'd be like, look at this guy, wow. But in America and Europe, dude, people would be losing their shit. Like,
yeah. And just imagine if, like, they announced Game Pass for Switch or whatever they're announcing, but their partnership with Microsoft first. And then suddenly, like, they're like Phil Spencer's in the direct saying, "We're excited to bring Xbox first-party games to Switch via streaming. We're excited for Nintendo fans to try out Banjo and again after so many years and Halo." And then he looks over to the screen. He's like, "I may have one more thing." And then suddenly like they direct announcers like, "Hey, that's my line," and they switch over to freaking Master Chief and Smash. It's so dang perfect. Give it to me, man. Give it to me.
Not only that, but playing into the Switch Pro rumors, if the Switch Pro really is happening, and, according to the rumors and things going around, they're claiming that the Switch Pro is about as strong, if what I read is correct, they're saying that it's roughly as powerful as an Xbox One X and a PS4 Neo. So, if it's that strong, it's more than capable of running games like Halo and the Master Chief Collection and all that. That would be the perfect chance for them to put those games on Switch or the Game Pass on Switch. And what better way to seal that deal, to like seal that partnership in some way, shape, or form, than having literally the ambassador character of Microsoft, Master Chief, in your Nintendo crossover game. Like, that's just...
100%. It'd be insane, and I think that Master Chief makes a lot of sense. And people are like, "Oh, but we got Steve already in this pass." I'm like, "No, Steve isn't a Microsoft character. He's a Mojang character. He's credited as copyright Mojang. Yeah, he's owned by Microsoft, but Microsoft is literally such a big company that you can get down to the nitty gritty and still nitty gritty in terms of copyright. I definitely think that we probably would see. I think Master Chief makes the most sense for the ending of the pass, and just like I know people want Doom Guy, but dude, Chief would be
Doom
perfect.
Guy would rip people in half.
Dude,
He just would not work for Smash.
I'd
He's
be cool with Doom
iconic,
Guy.
and I completely get it.
Yeah,
But he uses like completely real gun, like a shotgun that you would buy at a gun store, like, and he
maybe.
rips the
Not as much.
demons. I don't
I mean,
know.
he's just like very sci-fi kind of shotguns. And stuff
Well,
like that.
the other thing too that makes me lean a lot towards Chief, if I'm being completely honest, is that stuff that people found in the code for Smash recently, after that like last patch or whatever, where there was an issue with the projectiles were sticking into characters. Like there was some kind of weird the projectiles were like glitching and staying inside of the character or whatever. I forget exactly the complete details, but to me that makes it seem almost as if, and we've seen this time and time again where weird glitches happen with characters because they're testing moves or they're doing something and they forget to remove it or whatever out of the patch. And honestly, tell me that doesn't sound like the Needler from Halo.
Yeah, Needler makes a lot of sense. And I mean, like the nice thing about like Master Chief over Doom Guy is that they don't have to they can find all the sci-fi weapons from Halo and use those instead. So the Needler, the what do you call it? The plasma gun. They could use the energy sword.
Absolutely.
They could use oh man, and they 100% have to use the Warthog as the during the like a final Smash or something. And then, and then his taunt needs to be teabagging. If it's not teabagging, I don't know what you do. Like straight up, if his taunt is not teabagging, it'd be perfect.
Not only that, but I mean, let's face it here. As much as these characters are original, they definitely take moves and borrow things from existing characters in Smash because it's easier to design them that way.
Yeah.
And you have a character.
There's actually a rumor that they use Alucard's original base before he was cut as into Sephiroth. They actually use part of Alucard into Sephiroth because they have like extremely. I don't remember the exact details, but it kind of lines up with the idea that they're using other characters as a base for Master Chief.
Oh, definitely, dude. Like, look at Banjo-Kazooie. They
allegedly they definitely use Mario as a base.
No, they used Ridley.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they used Ridley, and if you look at Banjo's moveset, you could tell that they absolutely, definitely did use Ridley for Banjo. Because I mean, okay. So let's see. I give you some examples. Look at mostly Kazooie's moves when it comes to Banjo. Ridley does similar things to them. First of all, I mean Banjo's forward air definitely reminds me of Mario, that's for sure. But his up air and stuff like that looks similar to Ridley's up air. His tilts look similar to Ridley's tilts.
Sure, up smash is the same. No, up smash is different. But down smash is the same.
Yeah,
they're both slapping the wing. Okay, yeah, I kind of see it now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can probably find videos online of someone that's, that can do the comparisons. But I remember distinctly someone saying that when they data mined Smash, they said that Ridley had Ridley had moves in Banjo's moveset. Like he was used for a base for Banjo, and I could believe that, because you can see similar moves coming from them. So you have a character in Smash right now that is a perfect base to use. Snake.
Apparently they use Apparently they use Dark Pit as a base for Master Chief. I don't know how, but there's been rumors with Dark Pit. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can use a character as a base and then apply you can still apply moves, I'm pretty sure, from other characters. Like, you're just taking the movement and the properties and I think applying it. I mean, granted, I'm not a game designer, so I'm not entirely too sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure that's something that they can do. Like, they can take moves from one character and then apply them to another one. I'm pretty sure. So, because, I mean, look at some of the Echo fighters. Like, look at Chrom. Chrom uses, he's like Roy, but he also uses Ike's recovery. So, like, you can apply those to other characters. You could make, Solid Snake has a rocket launcher. He has grenades. He's got a whole bunch of different things that you could give to the Master Chief, and it would make sense. So it's easy. It's an easy transition. I definitely can see Chief being a real possibility, and I honestly think he has a really good shot. I think he has a better shot than a lot of people think. And just to go to the Doomslayer thing, I mean, Microsoft owns Bethesda now, so I actually think that it's a possibility that you could see Doomslayer as an alternate outfit for Master Chief.
I was actually thinking that, like, either Doomslayer or Master Chief, you choose, could be the fighter, and then one of them could be the Echo.
Yeah, he could be a palette swap.
It'd be hard to do that because like there's such different characters, but I'd be down for that. It means we get representation for either, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, especially now the current Doom, like it depends on what you do with the moveset. Like, say like if you have Master Chief uses like, say he uses the plasma sword and he uses his shotgun and all that kind of stuff. And now in Doom Eternal, you had the sword in that game. That could work the same way, like similar properties and all that kind of stuff. So, like, you could do something like that. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's more possible now than it ever was, which is hilarious to think about that. Like, now Microsoft owns Doom, so, like, they could potentially do something like that, which is kind of wild. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely think Chief has a really good shot. And I could potentially see Chief and Crash, to be honest, as unrealistic as that seems to some people, you know. I don't know, I think the whole Western and Eastern character thing is kind of starting to, I don't know, it's kind of starting to fade a little bit because it's like, they're just video game characters at this point. Like, I think, you know, Sakurai and Nintendo may not be looking at East versus West so much. More so, they're looking for the money. That's what they're looking for. So if the characters are going to sell, then they're going to do it. So yeah. Chief is going to sell over here at least, and he'd sell big enough. I think it would justify.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I think we've hit almost 3 hours at this point talking. I think we should probably get our final thoughts in for like what we think E3 is going to be like. I know this sounds a little crazy, but we've been talking for about 2.5, 3 hours at this point, and we just keep rambling about Kremlings and Smash. So, what do you guys feel like for the last? Like, what do you guys think is like? Let's just end this off with a bang. What's like the most unexpected Smash? Not Smash, just general announcement for E3. Any company. What do you think?
Okay, if I were to do like a prediction, I have my bingo pulled up. This is what I'm kind of counting on. I think a Smash reveal is like it's happening. It's obviously gonna happen. We all know it's gonna happen. I think Wind Waker and Skyward, no, not Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess are gonna be revealed as ports. Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna probably be revealed. Splatoon 3 as well. I don't know why people are thinking, because people are saying, oh no, it's too early. No, no. And then some people are thinking like Breath of the Wild 2 because it like won't happen because he said we don't really have much to show. That's obviously a lie. They've been working on it for 2 years. They could have showed us a logo at the very least because that's something. They said they didn't have anything, so they're obviously saving it for E3. Mm-hmm. I think a Donkey Kong game is definitely possible. I'm not. That's more debatable for me, honestly. I think Xenoblade X is kind of inevitable too, along with Mario and Rabbids too. Although those could be revealed in a different direct.
Yeah.
I feel like Pokemon could get something.
Yeah, I would say for me, outside of Nintendo, because I'll do Nintendo after. I think we're gonna get some sort of announcement at Microsoft's presentations that Fallout probably getting their own dedicated team or something. Probably some sort of like announcement like, hey, we're gonna be remaking New Vegas or like some sort of game. And meantime, look out for like new games coming in the future from our new dedicated Fallout team because like, I know Microsoft wants to use Fallout a lot. What do you call it? In terms of other stuff, Donkey Kong is my fail-safe right now in terms of what I'd like. I'd love Donkey Kong to get a game, a new one at least, especially with the Kremlings. I personally think we'll see something Earthbound related, even if it's just like Mother 1 and Mother 2 added to Nintendo Switch Online as like a big announcement. I could see that happening. And then I think we're definitely gonna get 2 Smash characters, and I've already discussed which ones I think they'll be. And I think besides that, we're gonna get Persona 5 Royal announced for PC, coming during one of the PC Games Fests, game shows, whatever they announced those. And then if that gets announced before, it will probably get an announcement for Switch as well. If that
Could I mention this real quick now that we're talking about Master Chief and Doom Guy for a while? I just wanted to bring up like a few, I don't know like how long this was ago. I remember like I think it was a few months ago, but Microsoft and Bethesda referenced my favorite movie of all time with fucking Master Chief and Doom Guy. They referenced the movie Step Brothers.
Oh. I didn't
That
realize.
movie's
Yeah, it was on like Twitter, however.
They have Master Chief and Doom Guy in sweaters taking the picture together. That's funny. Did we just become best friends?
Yep. You wanna go do karate in the garage?
Master Chief just shows Doom Guy his plasma sword. He's like, guess whose signature that is? Randy Jackson from American Idol. I'm pretty optimistic for E3 this year. I'm not gonna lie, which is probably a mistake, but I'm a little bit of a fool. So normally I like to be a pessimist, but I've recently been trying to not be so pessimistic and try to keep a little bit more of a positive attitude. So I'm not going to go over everything, but I'll give a summary. I think for Microsoft, well, obviously they're going to focus a lot on Halo Infinite. I expect that. And I'm expecting Halo Infinite to be a return to form for Halo, so I think it's going to be good. I think anyway. And that's another reason why I think Chief's going to get in Smash 2, because Halo Infinite is coming this year, and they really want to push that game. So what better way to do that than have your flagship guy appear in Super Smash Bros. But for Microsoft, I think we'll get, obviously they'll focus on Infinite, but I do think that we're going to see whatever Microsoft is cooking up with Nintendo, if it doesn't have to do with Smash, or even if it does have to do with Smash in a partnership, I think we'll see, we're going to see it in Nintendo's conference. We're not going to see it at Microsoft's, because that's a Nintendo thing they'll want to announce. But I think we will see either Game Pass on the Switch, maybe Rare Replay if it's just something mundane, or the Master Chief Collection. And I'm gonna be really dumb and optimistic here, but if there is anything in production for Banjo-Kazooie, anything at all, even if Microsoft hasn't even worked that much on it yet, I think they will tease it this year. I think this is the year for them to do that. If they have any kind of Banjo project in the works, this is the year that they're going to show it off. If they don't show anything, then I think you may as well forget it. You're probably not going to see Banjo-Kazooie for a while. But this is the year I think that we'll see something, if there is anything at all. And I'm going to be a little optimistic and say that we'll get a tease for something. Maybe Microsoft will give it and they'll finally give us something for Banjo-Kazooie. But I think we're going to see Fable, the new Fable, definitely. We're going to see more about that. We'll see gameplay, which I'm really excited for that. And I think Microsoft is going to... I agree. I think they're going to do something with Bethesda more. I think they'll probably announce something for Fallout. And I honestly think we're going to see Elder Scrolls 6 as well. We're going to see something for it. We're going to see a trailer of something. May not be gameplay, but I think we're going to see more for Elder Scrolls. Because that's a big game. And I mean, if Bethesda and Microsoft are doing a whole entire thing together, which they are, there's got to be something for Elder Scrolls in that. So I'm really excited. I definitely think we're going to see Elder Scrolls 6. For Nintendo, you know, like I said, I think we're getting 2 Smash characters. I think we're going to get the new Donkey Kong game announced, because I mean, I fail to think of how many... I don't know how many games Nintendo has in the pipeline, but whether the new Donkey Kong game is coming this year or next year, I think that's an announcement that Nintendo is going to want to get out there sooner than later. So, I think we're going to see the new Donkey Kong game shown in some capacity at this E3. If we don't, we don't. But I'm not going to believe that it's not coming if they don't show it. I definitely think we are getting a DK game. But I'm feeling good about it showing up at E3. So I think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get every Zelda game, 3D Zelda game, at least, on the Switch in some way, shape, or form. Be it a collection, a single release. I think we're going to get Ocarina, Majora's Mask, and all the other ones on the Switch somehow. They did that with Mario, all except for Galaxy 2. So, who knows, maybe we'll even see that. But I definitely think we're going to see all the 3D Zelda games on the Switch, and I think we're going to get one Shock Zelda project. And I think it's either going to be remakes of the Oracle games in a style of a Link's Awakening, or I think we're going to get I've said it in my old E3 video that I put out like a month ago, but a Zelda Maker where you make dungeons and share them. I don't know why, I just have this feeling that they're going to do something crazy like that. I feel like I still don't know how I feel about a Mario Kart 9. I know people keep saying that there's rumors about it. I don't think 8 is done yet.
The rumors just started, too. The rumors, just started, so I don't think it's too likely.
Yeah, I mean, and 8 is still big, it still sells well, and I just refuse to think that Nintendo would put another Mario Kart game out on the Switch to compete with their Mario Kart game now that sells insanely well.
Here's the thing, though. If we were going to go with that logic, then, what about Splatoon? Why would they eat up sales in Splatoon 2 if they make Splatoon 3? Instead, what I think they should do is they should introduce the concept of Mario Kart remakes. And the perfect game to remake is Mario Kart Double Dash. Has the most nostalgia, a very unique system, give it an upgrade. Heck, you could even throw in some stuff from Wii, since everyone loves that game too. Boom, you have a unique Mario Kart game that won't eat up the sales from your other traditional Mario Kart game, and you still have people who are craving for a new one get a new one. It's perfect, and I also think that's what Nintendo should do, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And you do make a good point. I did forget about Splatoon. You would have 2 Splatoons available on the same system. Though that is if Nintendo doesn't pull a fast one on people and make some games exclusive to the Switch Pro.
Yeah, we don't know. That could technically be a Switch Pro game.
And they could easily be like, oh yeah, Splatoon 3 is only going to be on the Switch Pro, which I know a lot of people would be mad about that, but we're not going to get into that debate here, but it could happen. In which case, yes, then I guess Mario Kart 9, I could see that being a Switch Pro exclusive, because they're going to want to sell that. And if Mario Kart 8 sold as well as it did on the Switch, I'm sure a 9 would sell gangbusters on Switch Pro, so that's a possibility. But I still like to imagine that we're going to get another racing game that isn't Mario Kart in some way. And I don't know why, but like I just feel like F-Zero is going to be this dark horse game that's going to come back. I don't know why. And I know a lot of F-Zero fans out there are just completely dead to the world of them getting a new game anytime soon, but I just have this sneaking suspicion that we're going to see something for F-Zero. Nintendo did try it. They did try it. According to old rumors from a long time ago, the Wii U, there was like some indie game studio that was supposed to be developing an F-Zero game for the Wii U, and it fell through. It didn't happen, and it ended up being some weird offshoot game.
Made a Burnout. Well, sounds like it would have been great too, because it would have been a Burnout team.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? There was like a futuristic style racing game on the Wii U, and it was like...
Oh, I thought you were talking about the canceled F-Zero, because there was one planned by the people who made Burnout.
Oh, okay.
But there was an indie. Yeah, I know the indie game.
But
we
like,
could bring that back. That'd be pretty heavy.
One of those two developers were rumored to be working on F-Zero, and then the plug got pulled on it. So, I don't know. That to me means that Nintendo at least had something for F-Zero at some point being worked on in the modern day. So, I just have this funny feeling, especially when F-Zero stuff appeared in Mario Kart 8. Like, it was almost as if they were trying to, like, garner interest in F-Zero. Like, remember this? This is a thing. So, yeah. I can definitely see F-Zero being that what-the-fuck game at E3. Like, people are like, no shit. Like, what? I could definitely see it, and I'm just going to keep saying F-Zero has a possibility, so that way when it happens, I'm like one of the few people that was like, yeah, F-Zero, yeah. But yeah, I think we could get a surprise game like that. I'm a little bit more pessimistic when it comes to the Mother stuff, but I would love to see it. I would love to see Mother something, anything, get something. If they made an Octopath style Mother game, that would be absolutely insane. Like, that would be one of the hypest announcements they could have. So, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, 100%.
If not that, I always thought it would be cool to see a Mother game that was done in, like, a claymation style. Like the art for the Earthbound games and stuff all the time, everything was in claymation.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I would love to see a game in that style. Like, that would be awesome. Insane. But whether or not we'll see that, I don't really know. But I would love to see that. Yeah, and I mean, that's pretty much about it. I guess maybe we'll see a new IP from Nintendo. Splatoon 3 is a given. There's no way that's not going to be at E3. No motherfucking way that's not going to be. And Breath of the Wild 2, another given. We'll get a release date.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2 is like 100% confirmed at this point.
Absolutely. There's no way we're not going to get that. That's honestly all I can think of off the top of my head. There's not really much else I can honestly think. I mean, anything out of left field would be insane. Like, you know, I mean, if Nintendo slaps me with a brand new Diddy Kong Racing, I'm going to, like, freak the fuck out. It's not going to happen.
Chat, this is your last chance to throw in any crazy Smash characters you want to see. Crazier the better. We'll list off a couple before we head out, so just throw them out as much as possible.
Let me just say, anybody that's still here, actually, listening, thank you.
We've been sitting at 5 people watching for the last, like, 20 or 30 minutes.
Hey, I will take that. I will take that.
Dude, we maxed out at 15 viewers. It was pretty great.
Wow. That's impressive. I'll take that. I really do appreciate it. Everybody who's still here, thank you so much. Like, it's insane.
We'll have to make this more of a regular thing then. It seems like people are really interested in hearing us Discord admins talk. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, this was fun. I really enjoy the casual conversation. Maybe I'll try to work on making my live streams a little bit more exciting too, so that way, you know, there's something going on, so they're not just looking at Discord rectangles flashing the whole time.
Let's see, we got Fall Guy Bean for Smash, Mike Jones from Star Tropics for Smash, So some pretty crazy. I definitely agree on Mike Jones. I don't know about Fall Guy being. It'd be kind of funny. Imposter Among Us. No.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's an Imposter Among Us. Excuse me.
The meme is here.
Dude, dude, Sakura drank the Amogus potion at 3 a.m. and turned into Amogus. No, hands down, we need Raymond and Smash. Someone said.
Yes.
Throw them all in. Yeah, we all want to hear your crazy ideas. This is your chance to be heard by the stream. Jar Tropics deserves to be acknowledged by Smash. Definitely agree. Honestly, I don't know why it hasn't been given a song yet. Like the Ice Age theme from the second game is an absolute banger, and I definitely want to see it in Smash. Here in Smash, rather. Let's see, Crash. Yep, I think we had a huge lengthy Crash discussion earlier, but Crash is definitely something everyone wants to see. Yeah. I will say I still can't get over the idea of Amogus. I don't know. It scares me that that could actually happen. Like someone actually would imagine just imagine Smash
Like it's a possibility that we could get me costume of the imposter.
Just imagine if during the me costume segment, the screen goes black in the middle of it, and you hear and then it's just like a Smash characters voting on who's sus.
Oh my gosh.
It'd be awful. I love it. Spyro, that's a good fighter. That's a good character idea. I would definitely prefer Crash in my opinion, but Spyro is definitely not bad.
I do love Spyro.
No, we all know Scalar. Scalar is where it's at. No one even knows who Scalar is. He's such an obscure character no one knows of. A Skylanders character. Man, people were joking around getting trigger happy.
Oh, we already have a Skyward. We already have a Skywards. No, not Skywards. No, sorry, Skylanders character in Smash. We have Donkey Kong and Bowser.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
yeah, that's true. Good loophole right there.
Dude, I cannot believe that Skylanders is considered nostalgic now. That's so weird. I remember it being such a fad.
Oh, makes me feel old.
Me too, man. And I played the original Skylanders too. I actually kind of liked it. It was like Diablo for kids, and it was pretty fun actually.
I still have a couple Skylanders laying around here.
Yeah, I kind of want to plug it in and play it again. It was a solid game. Another Fire Emblem fighter / S. No, get out. Just quit.
Hot take.
Let's get another Marth Echo.
I'll tell you what, if there was a Fire Emblem character that I would not complain if they got in as playable, but they're obviously, they're an assist trophy, is Black Knight.
Yes.
If he got in, I'd be hype as shit.
Yeah, Black Knight's such a cool character, and he's a villain too, and he's just a cool looking character, 100%. Yeah. I was hoping Black Knight would be our DLC.
Because Lyn is a very requested character.
Oh yeah, Lyn, yeah. And that's actually one of the few Fire Emblems I actually played, was the one that she's in on the Game Boy Advance. I love that game.
Let's see, we got Gex, Bubsy, Glover, Andy from Advanced Wars. Okay. I had 400 Skylanders when I was growing up. Sold most of them, yep. I have them in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, mine are sitting in a bag somewhere. Except for my Bowser and Donkey Kong ones are on my shelf with all my other ones.
I wouldn't mind if we got what do you call it? I wouldn't mind if we got some sort of Skylanders collection that came with all the Skylanders that you could all the Skylanders in the game instead of having to buy them separately as toys. It'd be kind of cool.
Maybe one day.
I mean, if we get Crash and Smash, we also get another Skylanders rep.
That's true. He did have a Skylander. I have that one actually. I have him in Cortex.
I remember when he got in, everybody was like, "Oh my god, dude, he's back!" And then once the Insane Trilogy was announced, we're like, "Oh my god, thank God, that's the other thing we got." Because some people were really pissed about Skylanders, because they thought that he was just gonna become. Everybody was thinking, yeah, he's just gonna become the Spyro fate, but no, everybody was wrong.
Dang, Anna or Anna Turner is just spitting out all these crazy Smash characters. We got Chibi Robo, which I'm surprised Chibi Robo isn't in Smash right now. Honestly, he's a costume, but I'm kind of surprised he hasn't been anything else besides that.
That's true.
He should be.
He should be. He should have been a base character for Smash 4 or something.
He just seems like one of those characters that Sakurai would be down to put in because he's such a weird character, and Sakurai just seems to like those types of characters.
Yeah, 100%. every single Skylander. Let's go! And every single Pokemon. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd pay good money to play as Meletta in Smash.
That's a lot of alts.
Yo, dude, the alt is you get killed by you get like run over by every single Pokemon.
Honestly, though, true shit. Like, I'm not against Pokemon getting into Smash. Like, I do like Pokemon generally. If they put in a Pokemon trainer that represented Gen 2, like, I would be all over that shit. Gen 2 was my favorite generation. Like, I love Gold and Silver. If they gave me a Pokemon trainer that uses, like, I don't know, Feraligatr, like, maybe Quilava and Chikorita or some shit like that, I would be hyped for that shit. Hyped.
Yeah.
I mean, the odds of that happening are next to nothing. But I would be hyped.
Oh, I get that. And I mean, like, again, like, every Smash character brings in something interesting. Well, besides Byleth, but we don't talk about Byleth anyways. Yeah, like, there's definitely some stuff we could definitely get. And, like, weird Smash characters bring in something interesting no matter what. Like, I mean, I like Terry. People like think Terry's boring, but Terry was a cool representation. Especially now that I freaking own an arcade cabinet, at least one I made myself. Like, being able to, like, play like all the SNK games on arcade cabinets. I get why Terry is super popular with like people down in South America and Central America. It's because like Terry just like the Neo Geo system is just so much fun. It's like it's such a fun thing to play. So I totally get why they're interested in him. Someone said they should put in Silver the Rival from Pokemon Gen 2.
Oh yeah, actually that's a great idea. That's a good idea. I like that one. Awesome. Gen 2 just... I think it just generally needs more... I mean, I'm not a big fan of Pichu. Like, that's your Gen 2 rep in friggin' Smash. Ugh. No thanks. There were so many better Pokemon.
If I could go back in time, like back to the Melee days, I'd say Sakurai. Okay. I'd have a pep talk, so I'd say get rid of Dr. Mario, add Funky Kong as a clone instead. I mean, everybody would love him. He would be a fan favorite, and when he came back in Smash 4, everybody would be like, Funky Kong's back! But for Pichu, you replace him with Raichu, because Raichu's is Pikachu and Pichu, but way cooler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So before
100%.
we end this conversation, why don't each one of us give one of our crazy Smash additions, and then we can call it a night.
Works for me.
Kiddy Kong.
Based. Definitely based. Kiddy Kong's great. I don't know. Yeah, I want to go last. I still thinking in mind because I already said Diva, and I don't want to say that again since Diva is cool, but I don't want to say it again.
So an out there character that would probably never get in that I would love to see in Super Smash Brothers.
That's another that I'd love to see.
Who?
Conker. I'd love to see him in.
Oh yeah, dude, Conker would be.
Or the
awesome.
Battletoads. That's like. As much as I want Master Chief would be cool, once he's done, next Smash game, start going for the rare characters, if you get what I'm saying. Meaning, get Battletoads, Conker, and Banjo all together, just having the blast. Whizpig in Smash.
For me, the one game that I would love to see represented in Smash, and I know there's going to be some people that are probably going to be like, oh, geez, dude, roll their eyes. But the one game that I would love to see represented in Smash is World of Warcraft, if I'm being completely honest, is an out there one for me that I would love to see. I'm a pretty big fan of WoW. I played for a long time off and on. And I've been a big fan of the World of Warcraft lore and in the games since the original Warcraft games on PC. I would love to see Thrall or Arthas from World of Warcraft in Smash. I think that would be awesome.
That's cool.
Arthas is my favorite villain from one of my favorite villains from games. Thrall is not my favorite character, but I feel like he would be one of the best to represent WoW. I mean, if I'm picking 100% me, then Vol'jin, the Darkspear Chieftain, that's my ultimate character right there for WoW to get in Smash. But, you know, I mean, if we're picking a World of Warcraft character, you're going to want to go for iconic, so probably like Sylvanas, Arthas, or Thrall would be one of the ones. And I would be good with Thrall or Arthas. That would be badass. I would love to see that.
That's awesome, man. I definitely like the idea of Warcraft representation. I picked up my two that I'd probably say are crazy ideas. First one would be a Vault Hunter from Borderlands 2. I didn't like Borderlands 3 all that much, but Borderlands 2 is an awesome game. But I also kind of like the idea of having Handsome Jack in Smash. I think he'd just be a really fun, crazy character to add. Borderlands 2 is great. Play it on Steam if you don't have it already. It goes on sale quite a bit, so highly recommend it if you haven't played it yet. And the other character I would say is the Courier from Fallout New Vegas. That game is one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life, and it's not ever gonna happen. But being able to play as like a character where you can, like, his alt costumes could be like different outfits in the game. So you could play as like a vault, like you could put in a vault suit. You could play as combat armor, Fallout power armor, all that stuff. And then you can have a ton of guns. His Final Smash could be launching a mini nuke, or even using the like the Helios 1 sun station, like giant laser death beam from the sky. That'd be kind of cool too. And then like there's a ton of like moveset potential. Maybe you could even do VATS where you can like slow down time as like as like a counter or something like that. I don't know.
That would be
Something cool
awesome.
like that. Yeah, something like that. I would love to see it. And then I say Fallout New Vegas besides 3 or 4 because I think New Vegas represents the series better than those games, or at least for 1 and 2. And then for music, they could freaking put some of like the Fallout 1 and 2 music in the game. Like Fallout 2's My Chrysalis Highwayman is an amazing song, and I'd love to hear that in Smash as like a playable, as like a remix or something like that. So there's some good options there.
That is I like it.
Yeah, definitely. But thanks for joining, everyone. This is fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like it's insane that it's insane that we have so many people even watching all the way to the end like this. I'm flattered that everybody wanted to stick around and listen to us blabber on about everything.
Yeah, definitely join us for probably the next one. We're definitely gonna have to do another one of these at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm try to get lunch at a better time.
Thinking about I'm considering streaming E3. We'll see, because I'm trying to get into streaming more. So this is the thing that actually caused me to get my OBS studio somewhat organized. So maybe I might actually live stream E3 this year. So we'll see. I will definitely think about it, and I will let everybody know what is going on, if I'm going to do that or not.
Sounds great. Well, definitely check out Joe's channel. Join the Discord if you haven't. Check out Funky Kitty and I's stuff. I think we both have Twitters and YouTubes and stuff like that. You can add us on Discord either. So it works out. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Hope to see you in the Discord. We can laugh and make dumb memes about why we should have Bob the Builder to Smash Brothers. So it'll be a good time.
All right. Well, everybody have a good night.